Hello everyone and welcome back to Laurence Plays, and it's time for some more utter nonsense as we investigate a little bit more of Factorio Fun Mode. And look, I actually remembered to switch over between Factorio Space Age and Factorio. So, what was happening last time? What was happening last time? Well, I remember I'd been sort of vaguely expanding out over this way. We've got one of the clouds of slowdown coming over here to annoy my greenhouses, but never mind. So over here at the end, oh yes, I remember I built the tier 2 assembly machines, and they turned out to be basically useless because you have to put them in water. I say useless, just a little bit annoying. If I found a suitable lake, then maybe that'd be quite handy. And there was quite a lot of water around, as I found before I had all of my my explored area stolen from me. I think... Was I starting to run out of iron ore? Or was it just a little bit of a worry? Because I have a feeling I was planning to come down and tap this patch, but I'm a little bit fuzzy on that, because it was a week ago and I have a very, very bad memory. So that's one of the things I wanted to do, I think. Hello, Regular. Hello, Fox. Hello, Board Easy. Hello, Peter. Hello, Mark. And hello, No-Guard. Welcome, one and all. Yeah, I'm having a think at the moment. The fun will come in a couple of minutes once I start actually playing properly, I think. Yeah, I suspect that does sound like an end issue, Board Easy. I think you'll have to yes, hopefully a relaunch will help. The iron ore insert throughput issue. Yeah, maybe. So I could put more in. You're right. There does seem to be plenty of it coming through here. That does look like a decent supply of it. So, and actually at the moment, I do seem to have enough iron. So we'll come back. We'll ignore this for the time being, and then come back and deal with it when it inevitably becomes a problem later. And then down here, yeah, maybe we should be feeding a bit more into the Grelimatron. Although it's got 6,300 in it, it needs, I forget how many. It's about 5,000, I think, to actually run. Yeah, it is running. Okay, that's good. That's, yeah, and then you can tell because the coal's dropping and the animation is animating. So we'll get some more Greel in a little while. That's going quite well. We've got another type of green science pack here. The grey slurpy juice is not happening. That requires red and something else. What's going on over here? Why are you not sciencing? This belt is empty because... Why is this belt empty? That's going up. Oh! Oh! I apparently can't... Oh no, I pushed an extra belt of iron through and broke the sanctity of the bus, which is very, very naughty of me. Okay, so I'll have to come through here and sort this out. Where am I? Oh, okay, I'm over here. Let's nip over there and do that. Yeah, thinking may well be a mistake. I don't know whether I'll do a video on fun mode. I don't usually for most of the streaming series because I don't really want to go through and edit lots and lots of stream together into a video like some people do, because I'm not sure my sanity could cope with looking through that much footage, basically. However, I could possibly do a bit of a base tour and talk about all the trolls I've found. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say at this point. I'm yeah not really sure whether I'm likely to do one. Indeed, 4 is not equal to 5. You're quite right, Peter. It couldn't quite reach through that, and I suppose I do have red belts now. I at least available. Yes, I could have made one of those and used that instead, but this'll do. Right, so we now have that going in there, which means we can start doing. There we go. We've got grey slurpy juice already. Tool belt is now happening. So I guess the next thing to do is to start actually making the grey juice. That seems like a sensible thing to do. And then yeah, we'll let these tick away. And then when we need to go and we need to do the soda processing apparently. Go and get some forbidden grape juice. So am I making pump jacks or whatever they're called? Hey, we've done a dark green slurpy juice. Lovely. Am I making pump jacks or green wavy armormatrons or whatever this game called? Yes, I am over here. Excellent. Although I don't seem to have any. Why not? Because we don't have any green circuits. Okay, we'll put one of those in there. That's not going to happen for a moment or two, but that seems like an easy enough fix. This, I'm going to... Do I just remove this and go, well, we're not going to use tier 2 assemblers because they're nonsense? I don't know. I feel like maybe they'll be vaguely useful, because at some point I might want to do some building by the river, by the water. But, yeah, we'll see. Well, just because I did something wrong now doesn't mean you didn't do something wrong before, Mark. Right, put you in there, and then you in there, and then that can fill that up to 1 stack is probably enough. And then you, yes, you're limited as well. Good. Oh, that's a point. Probably not. Fluids. I don't see any fluid stuff. So, yes, you're probably right. I'm probably going. Yes, I probably am going to need the tier 2 assemblers. Why are they not being made? Oh, because they don't have hose restrictors. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did make hose restrictors. They're over here. They're coming down this way, down here, around here, and up. Okay, we've stopped making hose restrictors. Is that because we've run out of reel? No, we've run out of iron sticks. What? Let's run out of iron plates. What is going on here? Why do you not work? You've got no iron plates and no iron sticks. You've got this insert. Oh, there's some fish on the belt. That's why. Damn it, fish. Do not want fish on belt. Right, so there we go. Now we're getting sticks, so now we're getting hose restrictors. Are there any more fish on this belt? I hope there shouldn't be. I remember this. There was a. Oh, what caused this? Oh, it was down here where we're bringing this out. Hadn't put filters on these inserters, and for quite a long time it was fine. But then they started unloading the waste fish from here, and there's one. And so now there's a handful. There are occasional fish on the iron belts, and I wanted to say I went through and I thought I got most or all of them at the end of the last stream, but clearly I missed at least 2 because I found 2 so far. So that's a little bit silly. But anyway, now making the hose restrictors again, so they can flow down here and round here and over here, and that means we'll start making I don't even remember what, a pump jacks. No, tier 2 assemblers, that was the one. So we'll get those coming in a minute or few. Now, conveniently, I've just noticed that there is actually some water over here, quite close to the grape juice area. So I think heading up here, getting the grape juice, and then bringing it over to here to do the processing is going to be the way forwards. However, I don't think I'm going to get the machinery I need to do that until I've headed up there and done some work. So let's take what we've got from here. And yes, I've got a decent number of the large pylons. And I've even got my car pointing in the right direction, even better. So we're going to run up from here. And I'm going to point the car north, or at least I'm going to try to. And then I'm going to drive around this rock. And we're not going to leave a straight line of pylons because that would be far too easy, but because there was a rock in the way. So come up to about here. And then over to here. And then in this area, we have some grape juice patches. Lovely. So let's do this. So firstly, I'm going to put in just one first and have it dump into a... Do I even have a tank? I don't have a tank. Can I make a tank? I can make a tank. So let's just dump into a tank to start with. To get the unlock, basically. Boink. I assume... It occurs to me, I've just gone in here assuming this is going to work in exactly the same way that every other one does. There we go. Technology soda processing researched. This is now stopped. Because the target is full. What? This is a storage volume of 25,000. It's completely full. So completely empty. Oh! It's a solid. Because of course it is. Now you've got a lack of... What does that even mean? Oh, no mineable... Oh! Challenge time. Biters are gathering in larger waves than before. Attack cost modifier reduced. Oh, good. Biter time. Well, we'll ignore that for the moment and then cry a little bit later. So we've had the fact that pulling up the grape juice, there is only one in each patch. Fine. Then we found it comes out as a solid. And then we found we've got more biters. So I guess we'll have 42 of those. Can I dig these up by hand? No, I can't just dig them up by hand. Okay, fine. Oh, I've got a grape juice spring. Okay. So I've now got 3 grape juice springs. They've been pulled up by the pump jacks. Great. What do I do with those? Maybe there's going to be another. Maybe there's a recipe in here somewhere. So here we go. We can turn 100 forbidden grape juice into. No, we can make 100 forbidden grape juice out of nothing, and then we can turn that into Sprite. Okay, and we can turn Sprite into solid fuel. So I'm guessing that those springs I just picked up are an ingredient to make the soda machine. Yes, there we go. So I turn an oil patch into a soda machine, and then it will produce, presumably, then it can produce an infinite amount of soda. Okay, and then physical plants, as opposed to chemical plants, sure, are made just out of wood. So that's nice and easy and nice and cheap. That's convenient. And then I can start doing things like, and then I can start making grape juice, and then start turning the grape juice into Sprite, which I can then maybe use for other things. I don't know. I haven't really worked that much out yet. We do have another science pack in here though, so we need to make grenades, piercing magazines, and walls. And I think all of those were normal. So walls are normal. Piercing ammo is normal, and grenades are not normal, but not too bad. Okay, right. So we don't actually need the grape juice for this, but I'll grab some of it anyway, just because I feel like while I'm up here I might as well. I also don't think I'm going to need that entire stack of pump jacks that I'm making down in the south, but never mind. We'll turn that off when we get back down there. We'll rotate you, and I guess power you as well. Oh, I shouldn't pull that one up. There's another patch up there. Yoink. That explains why on the map it said grape juice spring 12 before, because there's a sort of a finite number of them that you get. Right, and okay, there's some more over here. Medium reach, yay! I feel like while I'm over here, I might as well grab all of the forbidden grape juice patches, just because that way when I head back down again, completely depleted. That was not the first time I completely depleted a resource patch. There's been plenty of them. Is that the last two? I am not sure. We'll find out in a minute. Grenades and ham, yes, very nice. Grape juice to go. Investigate the unlocked. Oh, okay, yes, I did. Indeed, never-ending soda. I'm sort of assuming, just because it seems like how this sort of thing would work. Did I get all of them? Yes, I did. Because it seems like how all this sort of thing would work. That I'm getting Sprite from the first one, and then when I discover another way of processing the forbidden grape juice, I'll be able to turn it into, I don't know, Coke and Dr. Pepper or something like that. So, we shall see. Right. Okay. So let's remove some of these trees. I'm going to need to make the not actually the legally distinct oil processing oil refinery, the soda machine. That's the one. So that needs iron gears, micro fasteners, pipes, grill, and circuits. We've got pipes, we've got grill, we've got circuits. We should have the micro jig fasteners coming in here. We just haven't yet, because I think I might not even have made them yet. But at least we've got quite a lot of the stuff we need. So that and that. And on the other side, we will need... Let's take that out, put one of these in here. We'll dump them into there. And then we'll need that. And I think we're going to need that as well. Right. Okay, so that's all of that set up, ready to work with. We'll put the pylons in. We need, we'll give it all of those. Oh, we're going to give it one of them at a time. Joy. Gears will go in. So it's just these things, micro grip fasteners. Now, I think I'm not actually making those anywhere. Not making them there. Oh, we are making them over here. Cool. And we are putting them onto the bus, even better. Right, so I need to run this belt all the way along here, and then up to over there. Okay, that's very, very doable. Bust, bum, bum, bum. Like that. And then I just need to run backwards along it so that I place it all. The bots have too long a range on job identifying for the speed they move at. Because it means they all pop out of your inventory as you sort of start to approach something. Oh, I've run out of belts. And then it takes them forever to actually do the thing that you want them to do. Where's my belt? There's my belt production. Come on, bots. You see, this is the problem. They're quite slow. And so you easily run away from them. And if you're doing anything other than just... Yeah, so when you try and go in and do a build, they will fly out far too soon and it'll take them forever to get there. So, okay, we now have a massive shortage of iron, which we can trace back over here to down here and see that it is because we don't have enough iron here. We do have enough iron ore on the input, I know. So the iron ore is not a problem. It's the throughput of these things. Oh, yes, I remember. Actually, didn't I write... I wrote some notes, but the notepad I wrote the notes in is downstairs because I was using it for a woodworking project, so that's helpful. Yeah, I was going to upgrade these to the Greel furnace stacks, these ones, and that requires hose restrictors and micro grip fastenings, but I actually have them now, so let us make it so. So take a quantity of those. My inventory is now full, mostly of coal. Okay, I should probably go and find somewhere. Do I have any of the other... Do I have any hose... Yes, I have a hose restrictor. Good, that means I can pick up some more of them. And if I can take them from down here, then there's plenty of them on the bus. So let's grab some of them. Right, now can I make... Yes, I can make 2 Greel furnace stacks. That'll do. I have a quantity of fish, because of course I do. Can I put another one of these in here? No. Right, let's go off and upgrade those furnace stacks. It takes a while to build them, but that's kind of okay. Self-troll +1 for leaving the notebook out of reach. Yeah, that's fair. The silly thing is, I actually do have a second notebook next to me, and actually a third one in the gym as well. So it wouldn't be particularly difficult to put additional notebooks somewhere else, and thereby have them available for just doing other... And yeah, I have other notebooks that I could use for different things. So I could have one for woodworking, one for gaming, one for lifting, and that'd be fine. But I haven't. Right. So I think this one gets the first upgrade, and then this one's going to get the second one because the copper is absolutely drained. What? Why is there no copper? What is going on? Oh, it's clogged up with coal. Fine, let's go over there and clean out that clog. So, oh, I was prioritising from this side, and that appears to be wrong. So if I prioritise from this side... How are we not using very... Oh, of course, I've made the production system up here much, much more efficient. So we're not getting through as much... The energy production much more efficient. So we're not getting through as much coal as we used to. And the coal is being fed up from down here. And so this is not a priority. Oh... Jeez. Right, okay. Right, so in that case, let's do that, and then this. Which way are you going? Right, you're going that way, so you go up there. You go like that, and then we can priority input from the left here. This may or may not be a good idea. We shall see. I'm cautiously optimistic that this will allow me to use more of that coal up. Yeah, because this is the source of all coal, except that that's going off over here to cook stone, but that's only a small amount of it. So most of the coal does come through here. That's going to be an unminable, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's a bit convoluted and silly and a mess, but we do now have copper again, which is a good thing. And while I was prevaricating around with that, that means I have now made... and notice that the grill... No, making 2 of those grill furnaces has left me with 1 microgrip fastener and 1 hose restrictor in my inventory. That's almost a troll on its own. Right, so we'll upgrade you. Boink. Please be a direct upgrade. It seems to just be a direct upgrade. I was expecting to be trolled by that in some way, shape or form, but no. It seems you can just drop in an upgrade across there. This one is not so happy. Can I put it in the other way around? Yes, I can. Okay. So they are directional, but they are just a straight upgrade, and you can swap one out for the other. So the reason I've done this one isn't so much because actually I think I do need the additional throughput, but given that this is such a long, slow recipe, I want this to run a bit quicker. So dropping in a faster thing here is going to make things a lot better. I'm a little bit concerned by that fish quantity over here. I think that's going up very, very, very slowly. Yeah. So I think that means I need another one of these guys. Like that. My very, very slow bots will place that too. Now we should see the fish quantities dropping. There we go, that's better. That's more like it. That makes me suspect that up here we're going to have exactly the same problem where the fish quantities... The fish are not rising over here. Maybe that's because we've got a box to put them into. That one might actually be going down, which is bizarre. But it's going down incredibly slowly. So I think even so, I would like to put in an additional... Can I move you across one? Yes. I would like to put in an additional one of those. And an additional one of those, which won't be powered, of course. So I'll put that in as well. There we go. Deal with the fish a little bit quicker. So, entertainingly, doubling the speed here. Where's that was very confusing. I thought that was going to... My first thought was, oh dear, I'm being attacked. My second thought was, oh, I'm getting a donation. And my third thought is, neither of those have happened. I think I'm just getting trolled. So, that's lovely. There aren't any bites. I'm not being attacked, am I? No. Very curious. Okay, anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, these things, are they actually double the speed? I've just been sort of assuming. Crafting speed 48, crafting speed 24, yes. So these are, as you would expect, a stone furnace to a steel furnace, but it's an entire stack of them, so that's fine. I have also noticed that the grape juice patches I've been picking up, these things, are a fuel that you can put into a furnace, and I better be very careful not to do that, because I feel like these things are relatively rare, and I don't want to let it slip through my fingers, as it says. And I feel like that's kind of giving those a fuel level is actually another troll. And all right, we'll go for the self troll from earlier with the notebook as well, I think. Oh, that's a good point. Is the iron one still running constantly? Ah, yeah, no, you're quite right. The input is now an issue. Do I have better inserters? No. Okay, so it just means more inserters. Well, we can have another 2 bits of there. We can have another 2 inserters there, and we can have some more power there. In fact, if I do that, then we can have another inserter, and then we can find that the belt isn't fast enough, I expect. Yes. And also, we're now, as previously discussed, not really pulling the iron ore out of the ground fast enough. I do have more drills, though, so that is a solvable problem, as long as I'm sort of careful to not place any in areas where they're going to pull up other resources as well. And I think... No, in fact, I'm 90% sure these drills have a larger drilling area than the vanilla ones do, which is kind of another troll in and of itself, because it's when you get a mixed patch like this, because it makes it that bit harder to not accidentally end up pulling in things you don't want to pull in. However, there is also still room over here for more, so let's take some more from here as well. 3 like that, and then like, yep, that's safe, that's safe. That's safe, that's safe, that's safe, that's not safe. So now I can run a belt up through here, hopefully without running into any issues due to, you're pointing the wrong way, of course you are. We'll get a little bit of extra spaghetti here then, shall we? Just because the belt was being weird. And then run this. Why did I pick up some coal when I did that? I don't know. I can't reach. Reminder for the coal belt that's facing the wrong way. I have no recollection of a coal belt facing the wrong way. However, I mean, I imagine you're probably right. I'll trace my coal belts in a moment. Oh, handy. I put those just far enough away from there that it's going to reach. There we go. Right, there we go, like that. All trolls are evicted under bridge residency and are relocated in a locally hosted version of Organized Fun mode. Yep, sounds about right. There's not wrong way, but coal belt. Oh, I don't know. I honestly can't tell what's what on these belts because they're all sort of wrong. Oh, was it feeding the down here? Feeding the no, that's being fed from here. So this stack has fuel. This stack has fuel from there. That seems to be okay. Maybe leave the coal belt facing the wrong way and get rotated back eventually. Yeah, that seems reasonably likely. Oh, we've got some iron ore coming out up here. Why is there iron ore coming out up here? What's going on? Also, why is that not getting a phone? Okay, which one of you sods is producing iron ore? This one. You know, I'm just going to pull that out because ain't nobody got time for this. Oh, there's one facing on. Thank you. Right, found it. And let us collect some of this stuff. Oop. Right, and now we can put this back in again, like that. And now we can remove that bit because that shouldn't be like that. Okay, normal service may now actually be being resumed. And once again, I have too much coal in my inventory, so let's dump some in there. Dump some in there. The thing appeared at the bottom of it, of course, because of course it did. And dump some in there. Yeah, I think I got that one. This now seems to be flowing as I'd kind of expect. So, fingers crossed. Oh, have I looped here? Yes, I have looped. I mean that's okay. It doesn't actually matter, but it shouldn't really be looping. I guess what should be happening is that shouldn't be there. That should be going to there, and then this one should be going. Should be going to there. There we go, like that. That's basically what should be happening. Right, sorted. Over here, this now seems to be okay. We've got, yes, we have a good healthy supply of iron ore on the input. We have enough iron plate on the output. This is now actually working, which is lovely. I'm honestly slightly surprised. Hope we fill this car up with fish a little bit. Okay, so that's crisis of sorted out. All the crises are sorted out over here, I think. Oh, you mean like having a pump jack or a mining drill with multiple outputs and have it output to all of them? I have no idea whether that's possible, and I'm too scared to ask. So, are things looking good down here? Bonk. Yes, I have made 2 juicer producer. Let's not use all of those up because we might discover that actually there are other uses for the grape juice springs. So we'll just chuck it. We'll make 4 of these guys, and then we can make a quantity of grape juice, and then we can start turning that into Sprite, and then we can see what happens then. So give me those. Give me my soda machines. Holy moly! That's a lot of puts. Move the car out of the way. We'll tuck it down here. I've noticed I'm running rather close to some cliffs over here. This is going to be annoying. Maybe it's time to turn the bus. But first, let's put this guy in here and see what it thinks it's capable of. Right, okay, so this guy can just straight up generate grape juice, and it can turn grape juice and water into Sprite. Okay, so these are one of those. And it just outputs it absolutely everywhere. That's fine. We'll put you there. And you're going to do basic soda processing. Fine. That ain't going to work because we've got this nonsense with the input pipes. guess what I'll have to do is put that there. Or there. Let's go there, just for sake of neatness. And then there, but we'll flip this one vertically once it's programmed. So you're going to do that. Flip you vertically like that. No, flip you vertically like that. There we go. So we've got both. Yeah, that's feeding into both these. Now this produces 20 a second. These use 40 a second. So actually, I've got my ratios the wrong way around here. This is going to need to be done with pipes and shenanigans. So we'll remove that. That's bad. We'll remove that. And then we shall do some pipes and shenanigans. Fortunately, we don't need to do too many shenanigans because pipes are ludicrously generous in this game. We can do that and that. Copy that to there. And then as soon as we plug that in, bloop, we should have the forbidden grape juice. That's 20 a second. That's takes in 40 a second. We'll get 18 thing out here. But we need to provide water. I am halfway between two lakes at this point, almost exactly. I think I'm slightly closer to this one over here. There are biters, but how's my pollution doing? I may need to ask those biters if they wouldn't mind vacating the area anyway. So yeah, let's go in and do that. Interestingly, I have used up all of my fish. Let's go and get some more fish from somewhere. Okay, come on then, bot. Repair the car. Because my military strategy in this game is very, very fish heavy, because why wouldn't it be when you've got the sort of numbers of fish that I've got? What did I just run into? Oh, it's probably this thing. Yeah, it's this thing. Okay, well, we'll wait for that to go. While we're waiting, no, I can't reach all the way over there. Go away. It's gone away. I'm quite impressed that it made a clonk noise when I drove into it. So, let's take 2 stacks of fish. That's probably going to be enough. You know what they say, 198 fish ought to be enough for anyone. And I'm not that hungry just yet. So. Stop doing that! Don't go bleep bloop because it scares me. I wish I knew what was triggering those. That would make things a little bit less terrifying. Right, got my SMG out. Got my fish. Can't remember if it's left click or right click to eat the fish. I think it's right click. Oh, I should put down some fun turrets to just give me a rear wall thing like this. They can use the yellow ammo though. I meant to put that into multiple different turrets, but I guess that'll work. No, take that one. Ah. Right, there we go. Now they're all full of fun ammunition. Get the fish back out again and start shooting. You know, honestly, I should probably put down an additional row of fun turrets, but this is so ludicrously effective that it's hardly worth it. In fact, even without fish spam, this isn't too bad. It's one of those nests where once you've got rid of the initial surge of biters that comes out of it, they're really not too difficult. He says nearly getting eaten by that one. There we go. Right, things are much more sensible now. We've got magnetite and exclusive ore over here, but they're annoying when I run into them, and especially if I'm in a hurry. But other than that, they're not too bad. I guess they can stay. So I'm going to need that. I was going to say I'm going to need a quantity of underground pipes. But honestly, do I? Let's make some. Because I'm sort of curious about how they work. And whether they work and how they're different and other such reasonings. Then, over here, probably find that the underground pipes don't underground or something like that. Oh, kill baits. Very good, no god. I'm impressed with that. Well done. Okay, lettuce pipe. No, the pipes. Oh, those. You're right. Those pipes didn't connect. I thought you were going to say those pipes didn't connect because of these gaps, but no, you're saying the pipes didn't connect because they actually didn't connect because they're slightly shorter than I wanted them to be. Okay, so how do underground pipes do? Underground pipes appear to be exactly the same as regular pipes. Or maybe there's one more range, actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No, they're exactly the same as regular pipes. Fine. But they cost twice as much. 3 times as much. We'll just stick with normal pipes then, shall we? If I click and drag... No, it does do it. Makes a solid pipe. That's mildly annoying. I don't want those anyway. I don't want them there. I want them down here. Oh, been blessed with more permanence. Oh, underground pipes are easier to place. Okay, well, I was going to use the magic of copy-paste anyway, so I don't think I care. Right, I'm going to put these here. Because sanity is escaping me, mostly. And run these across like this, because yeah, these aren't wide enough to go underneath the what do you call it? The rows of the bus. So I'm going to have to do them like this, at this height, or I'm going to have to re-wasp name my entire bus. I don't care if there's a dead hairy tree in the way. We can deal with that. Troll count 45 for the useless underground pipes. Right, and then over here... Oh, we've got 7 offshore pumps. That's pretty good. We can put that there. And pumpy. Water. There we go. Lovely. Have I interacted with cliffs yet? No. Okay, that's what happens if you run into cliffs. I don't know why I tried that, really. I probably shouldn't have done. So yeah, that's the first time I've gone anywhere near a cliff. Also, that scream isn't vanilla, is it? I don't think you get a scream like that when you die in vanilla. Okay, I guess that's another thing I'm going to have to avoid. What's this belt? Oh, this is steam. Are you allowed to have fish? I don't know if my solid steam belt is allowed to have fish. Oh, it is, because I get filtered out here. Fine. It is the Wilhelm scream, yes. Thank you, Board Easy. Yes, absolutely, yes. I appreciate you keeping quiet about any trolls that I've not discovered yet. I do want to discover everything all by myself. I think it'd be no fun having these things, being told about these things and warned about them in advance. I would just completely negate the point of the run. Right. So, you need power, and I've run out of pylons. Am I automatically making pylons? I'm sure I am. Yes, here we go. Boink. 98 of them. Lovely. Oh, I was pushed off a cliff, was I? Okay, very good. Such violence. Right, actually, let's use a big one over here. And then one of these in. Shouldn't you put one there and one there. Okay. Bing, we now have Sprite. Lovely. What do we do with Sprite? That's the next question. So if I have a look in here, I keep trying to go for the Factoriopedia, but nope, that's not where we look. So with the Sprite, I can make solid fuel. That's not very exciting. I suspect maybe I've just not unlocked anything that I need to do with the Sprite yet. Although I can make a physical plant. Let's make a physical plant, put it down, have a look at it, see what it does. This guy. Yeah, that is indeed a physical plant. Very good. Can I do anything with it? No, it is just a tree. Okay. However, I do note that is a way to make more wood should I ever need it. So, fine. We can, because making these takes 1 wood and harvesting them gets you 2 wood back. So, yeah, free wood. Whoop-de-doo. Should I ever actually need more wood, then I guess that's where I'm going to get it from. Oh yeah, I probably have got more researchers actually. It's a good point. Things like this one, which is hidden behind. Oh, stack inserters. It's called a stack inserter. Shouldn't it be called a bulk inserter? I don't know at this point. So that's not available for some reason, even though it's available on the tree. Okay, well we'll ignore that for the time being and just call it a troll, just because. So now I can get plastics. How do you make plastic out of coal and Sprite? Fine, so we'll do that. We'll get sulfur as well. Defenders, I don't particularly care about defenders normally, and these do seem pretty normal. Flammables are fun. We'll have flammables for the Flammenwerfers. And more bonk damage is always a good. Oh, I'm not making military science yet, so that's not no point in going for that one. Ditto stronger explosives. Oh, and driving lessons need blue science. Move you to the end of the queue because you can't do you, and we can't do that one either. Can't do. So, I think my next steps are going to be to make blue science, which I can't do, and make grey science. So I need to work out how to make blue science. I clearly don't know how to make blue science. Great. Okay, so we won't be doing blue science just yet. I guess I'll start doing plastics and things, and then maybe blue science will drop out the bottom. That seems fairly likely. Stack inserters require red circuits. Okay. Oh right. So it's just this should also. So yes, it'll be because there's something that I don't know about yet that will lead into that. Okay, maybe that's not actually a troll. Then we'll take that back down by one. Yeah, that's a fair point. If it's because it's hiding the things that I haven't researched yet, that makes a sort of sense. So I guess plastic. Yeah, let's make grey slurpy juice while we're waiting for the plastic to come online, and then go from there. This water pipe is going to be incredibly annoying. I think what I'm going to do is, because there's cliffs here and then there's water not too long after, I'm going to turn the bus. And then probably have to turn it again when it gets to about here and head out this way. Or maybe I can go under these cliffs. We'll see. But I'm going to turn the bus anyway. Oh, the mods are pre 2.0 mod. That's fair enough then, I guess. Right, so turning the bus is always a bit of a drama. So I think this is the top line of the bus. So we bring this across to about here, I suppose. Then make it head downwards. Then we've got grill, iron, and no wait, there's another belt on top of that. So we have one here. That's my fourth one. Then we have a gap of 2, boop boop, and then we have whatever that is, that one, gap of 2, that one, that one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so there's my bus going around the corner. That's not been too bad because we don't actually have that many things on it. In fact, I think we only have down to here because that one is a special case that heads upwards there. Right, so now let's think about the grey juice. What did I say grey juice required? It was, no, not in there. It's in here. Grenades, piercing round magazines, and walls. Fine. What are the numbers for these? I should probably think about that a little bit. In fact, let's put down all the machines to do this and then think about the numbers. A stack of cash inserter. Lovely. Right, automated machines. So we're going to go. There's quite a lot of inputs for the science pack. Let's build them down. Oh no, actually, let's start down here. Science packs are going to be like this, making whatever. Well, Slurpee juices, I should say. And that takes 10 seconds to make 2. So let's have 5 of them because I haven't really thought about ratios for anything else. But let's start. Let's go on as we mean to begin. Right. So you need grenades, and you need 1 grenade for every 2. So you need 2.5 grenades per second. or per machine second. And a grenade is not made in one of these. Fine. What is a grenade made in? A grenade is made in a greenhouse, because of course it is. And these things are massive, but that's fine. We'll just put that there. Probably need 2 of them. I don't know. Right, we'd like to make grenades. It's coal and green. We're going to need to make the green as well, aren't we? Or am I making enough green that I don't need to? We've got some green being... Oh, green is a fluid. I think I can't be bothered to bring that over. What does green take? Green takes solid steam. Fine. Okay, so we'll put in another machine here to make the green. A green machine, if you will. Like that. And we'll rotate that to there. And then I can put in a pipe. I'm in map mode. Then we can put in a pipe there, and it'll reach one of them. Okay, 2 pieces of pipe like that. So that'll get the green. The green will come from here to both of them. Fine. We just need to bring in the solid steam, which is way down here somewhere, no doubt. Are you solid steam? Yes. Means it comes through here. And I think I can probably get away with doing this at this point. And then we can go underground here. Boom, ba-doom. I've stuffed up my entire bus. I didn't leave the right shaped gap there. Cut all of that and put it there. Where are my bots? Oh, I've switched. How did I switch armour over to the light armour? When did that happen? I mean, it would have been smart for going into combat, but I don't remember doing that. Alright. Oh, the hiding the tech tree is done by another mod? Is that... No, I mean, this is the only mod I've got installed, so it's another mod that you've included in that case, which is sort of done by you, I would say. Let's run this along here, just in case I ever need more. That's probably going to cause me dramas if I ever do, but, you know, we'll try. Okay. So now we're going to want power over here as well. But, you know, I could bring power along the bus like this, couldn't I? Then we bring out the pylons like this to power stuff. Boom. And... boom, boom. Right, so there we go. We've got green. Now we just need the aid part of the grenades. Actually, no, it's not made out of Sprite, so it's not actually that joke doesn't work. Never mind. Do I have coal on the bus? No. Do I have coal? Yes. Well, I should have been, do I have coal near the bus, but, you know. Right, so they've got the belt of coal coming up here. Yeah, let's head over and sort that out. Oh, yes, that makes a lot of sense, Peter. Yeah, I was wondering if it was some sort of troll, and I was trying to work out how it could have happened. But yes, I think you're probably right, that when I went over and interacted with my corpse, it automatically put on the best armour I had available. And the best armour I had available is not the most useful armour that I had. So it gave me the... yeah, it gave me the strongest armour, not the most powerful, useful armour. Yeah, I think you're probably right. So that's your fault. Yeah. Oh, what do you want? Double L. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? Because I'm going to get stuck here. There is a spoon I took. Okay, that's funny. That's presumably because I took more than the amount of time allotted for the there is no spoon achievement. So what's my bus doing over here? Right, it could actually go onto this road because that's where the... But no, I don't want to do that. So we've got 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to leave another gap of 2 under the iron and then go from there. So actually this should be here. Can I move now? Yes. Sweet. I like being able to move. Being able to move is one of the more useful things you can do in Factorio. Let's just turn the bots off for now. Stone, 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 stone. Chat always wants lamps. The problem is, I'm not sure if I can make... There was some... Oh no, I think I've got the prereqs to make lamps now. So yes, I probably can lamp you all. I mean, make lamps for you all. Right, so there's that. Once again, it's in a slightly awkward position, but not that actually that awkward. So we can do that, and then make that go under, 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 up, and then I want that to come along here. Okay, well, I shall look into lamps once I've finished plumbing at least some of this in. So over here, I would like to have inserters. I'm going to put them right next to each other because then it's easier to power them, probably. And then I also want long inserters to unload like that, which means a belt comes along here. And then we have a belt coming in here. And I might want to put things on both sides of this. So we'll do that. And that. And then I won't have room for the pylons that I want to put in. So I'll put pylon there, and then I'll put this one here. Much better. Then I could put, I guess, put that there and that there. These buildings are a really awkward size given these pylons. It was funny, Peter. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't object to a little bit of little bit of trolling from chat in this game, as well as from the game itself. Although it does feel very unfair to have you ganging up on me. Right, let's have a think about lamps. I think lamps required the hose restrictors, which is why I hadn't made them yet, but now I can, because they require iron plate, copper cable, hose restrictors, and electronic circuits. So yeah, I don't have those together anywhere. Am I going to have to bring copper in as my nth ingredient over here? I think I might, because the hose restrictors don't go any further back than. Oh, actually, come all the way to here, but still no copper around there, so that's no use. So copper is the top belt along here. I was wondering what that was going to turn out to be. Right, so you under there, and along under that as well, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Oh, I've run out of underground belts. I'm in a good place to run out of underground belts. So gimme. There we go. Do all that, and then that works. And then here, we have to put in the magic of a splatter and have that go up there. Right, so now that means up here I can put in that to make the cables and that to make the lamps. So cables will go in there. Or copper will go in there because then we can get cables. Then lamps will come out of here, and that's all kinds of oh no! I was about to start crying because I didn't realise I had didn't think I had copper plates available, but I do. So that's copper plates and green circuits. Also want hose restrictors and cables. So it's just hose restrictors now. Which ones? That's those ones on the side there. I have a funny I've got a feeling for some reason that when I place down a lamp, something ridiculous is going to happen, and you're all going to laugh at me, and somebody is going to have expected it as well because I know what you're like. But we'll find out. That's what this game is all about. I do want to try making basically everything in an attempt to see what's going to end up trolling me and what isn't. Okay, you're going to need to go there, and then you, I guess, can go there for symmetry. Right, we have made some lamps. Let's take some lamps and find out whether they're actually remotely useful. Do they lamp things the way lamps are supposed to lamp? Looks normal so far. But, you know, I'm not feeling very trusting for some reason. So I'll put a few through my base. Maybe they're all going to explode when night falls or something ridiculous like that. And I'm going to wish I'd only put out one or two. But I guess we'll see. There's no free power around here. That area won't get any then. I'll just put them across here instead. I kind of miss the balloon lights from Planetary Pioneers because they light up such a huge area. They're really, really good for streaming because they light up a huge area basically, and so you don't need as many of them. And they light the place up really, really well, and chat don't complain quite so much. I've also got really, really good night vision in that as well. So that's all right, X-Ray. I mean, it's something we've dealt with things being hard to see in the past, so it's not that big a deal, and it is daytime some of the time, even if time does keep slowing down to keep us on our toes. Yes, with my expectations of something unfortunate happening, you're right. Maybe them just emitting light would count as a troll. I'm not honestly at this stage. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so this system is supposed to produce 10 10 grace. Oh no, hang on. I can't do the per second because there's different types of machines here, and these only run at a speed of half. So these are taking in 0.05 per second, 1.2, 0.25. These are making. Oh, those are making point. That's conveniently balanced just through sheer randomness. 1.25 to 2.5, and that's producing far more green than these machines need. So we're good. This is going to be producing enough grenades to keep these machines running. If I want to increase it later, I'll need to come and do some expansion, but that's fine. I can burn that bridge when I come to it. We're then going to need another input and an output coming along here. I might do those the other way around, though, like that. So next up, we've got one piercing round magazine and 2 walls. So walls, I think, were made in an assembler, yes, from bricks. So we can do that fairly easily. So down here, I would like to make walls. It takes in 5 stone bricks. It takes a second. It produces 1 a second. And up here, we're using 0.5 a second. So that one machine is going to be sufficient. Run that out there and in there. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. We need to bring in stone bricks here. Then there's the ammunition. So we're going to need to bring in. We need to make red ammo here, which means I need a belt bringing in my copper and greel. Oh, that's an actual attack. I was almost desensitized to those. What's happening? That's a weird place to be getting an attack, but okay. Where's my car? There's my car. I do need to start thinking about... No, I'm pointing it the wrong way. Ah. At least those pipes are easy to drive through. Right, let's go and deal with the attack. I do need to think about putting up proper defences at some point. I've been very, very lax about that. I guess I'm kind of fortunate that it's just that's come out and bitten me. Or not bitten me, but bitten the belts. I wonder where that came from. Maybe it's an expansion party. Given how easy combat is, I probably should go out and get this one and this one and this one and this one. We'll save that for a bit later on in the stream because that tends to be... last week I did some combat at the end of the stream and it was a nice sort of... Palette cleanser isn't quite the right word, but a bit of a change from pace from sort of going through and racking my brain over what sort of random trolling I was going to get in this particular moment in time. Okay, so over here. Red ammo. Yeah, greel and copper inputs like that as expected. And then normal ammo here. And that comes out. Goes around, comes back in again. Fine. And you take iron, also fine. All very, very vanilla, therefore nice and easy to get my head around. So what are the rates of this stuff? So over here, we're going to be needing a quarter of a piercing a second, and this is making less than that. So we'll have 2 of these. These each take 0.16, so a third of an ammo per second, and this makes half an ammo per second. So this is all actually now suitably balanced and will work, except that I need to go and the rate we're building these things. Let's just use lazy inserters. Out, damn spot. In, and then in. If only there's a copy-paste system I could use for this. Oh yeah, and you two need an in like that. And then we can scatter pylons everywhere like this. Can you reach? No, of course you can't. You'd think narrow assemblers would at least allow you to get your power from the same side of the... I suppose I don't need half of these. Would at least allow you to get your power from... at least allow you to power inserters on both sides of the machine with a single pylon. But no, that would be far too kind. Right. Now it's just a case of... Oh, no, wait, it's not. There's another belt needed here that goes from there to there. That happens like that. Comes out to here. And an inserter there. A little bit more belt here. And then it's just a case of plugging everything in. So we've got a supply of iron here. Let's bring that one in. I said we've got a supply of iron here. Let's bring that one in. Do as you're told. There we go. That's not so bad now. Wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's correct because of the grill. So this comes all the way down to... I've run out of belts. It's time to go on a resupply mission. And we're going to do it by car because I am lazy. So up here... Belts, yoink. 891, that should keep me going for a while. Let's take a couple more underground, another stack of undergrounds while I'm at it. Then those inserters, which are being made somewhere. Inserters, they must be down here because they're not up there. There they are. I want to use the fast ones and the red ones. So we'll take some of those. Maybe I'll do some upgrading, maybe I won't. In fact, while I'm here, I could chuck these into there and have them upgraded. Get them out of my inventory. There we go. Red ammo was definitely missing an exerter. Was that the one that I added in? Or have I still forgotten it? Because there was... No, that's okay now. Yeah, you're quite right. I did miss that. But I went back and got it. So... Down here, right? You're the fourth one on the bus. Okay, in that case, we'll pull you out here, like this, under there. Right, there's my basic bullets. Then I want the grill. Grill. We seem to have enough grill now, which is rather nice. That'll be the grill furnace I put in, presumably. And perhaps just being down at the end of the belt where it's not really being used very much. Let's run you to there, because we've got the copper to deal with yet. So you can come out there, go up to there. And I think I said, yes, copper's on the top one. These are all nice, convenient, close resources. This is good. Makes building nice and easy. So you come down to here. That goes like that, and then that goes in there. Right, so that's ammo. Done. Now I need stone bricks. And I think that might be a car ride away. Keep your eyes peeled for stone bricks, because I'm pretty sure... Wait, what are you? No, you're iron as well. Car is twitching. This is horrible. Did I even put a stone... What are you? Yes, you're stone bricks. Right, so from here... all the way down here, underneath that. Not underneath the trees. Right, proper belts. There we go. Then this comes down here. Where's my wall? There's the wall. Down to there, and then splitter. Boom. There we go. Walls. Done. Kind of. I think that's it. Then it's bring this one out, bring the science packs back to the labs, because I believe you're now... Oh, I need to extend these belts. That would help. But in the right direction. That would help even more. The backwards running belts are doing funny things to my brain. That's I think that's the only excuse I can come up with. That looks like it's going to work. Right, so we've just put the coal belt in, so we know that's the current last one. This is going to run the other way, like that, and he's going to take grey science and grey slurpy juice, and then maybe other stuff besides. We shall see. No, let's not go underground. So we'll put you in like that, but we'll also do that. And that. So the next science pack should probably be blue science. Will go in there. Now take this belt along here. Should have got the car. This is quite a long walk. can run on the belt. That'll help. There are my science labs. So, at this point, we find that I've done dumb things with the green science. Typical. Okay. I guess we'll bring it up here. Can I? Yes. Let's make. I'm going to make a red under. Oh, it's only going to be one underground. Oh well. There's iron here. There we go. Make another one of those. Right. So we go from this isn't going to reach, is it? Unless the red has an even longer reach than it should. 7 as opposed to it's not going to reach. Damn it, past Laurence. If I put that there, then the other end is going to be there, which isn't quite far enough. I guess what I'll do then in that case. Oops, didn't mean to pull that one up. Is have a little cry and a little rage, and I could probably pull those 3 out and go through here. Oh, or I could pull those 3 out. And then I could use a normal underground like this. There we go, like that. And then that goes from there to there. No, it doesn't. It goes from there to there. This one goes from there to there. And would be there. No, let's just go straight up through here. As long as I can. Yes, I can. So that again goes in there. That's running the right way. That's running the right way. That's running the right way. Boom! Science. Oh, did driving lessons require blue science as well? Maybe they did. I'll have to look at that in a moment. For now, these are going in all the way along here. At some point in the future, I may end up redoing this bit. Can I pull out all of these pylons? No. Can I pull out some of these pylons? Yes. That's slightly less horrible. Now, let's go through here and try and put in some of these guys. They need to be on both sides. I also am aware that I'm going to need to move some of my inserters around. But that's okay, I can do that. Right, so along here, these move up by what? Well, fine. Take out that. Right, there we go. And extend this all the way up here, like that. And then apparently put in another pylon like that because nothing can reach. Okay, there we go. We should now be able to use the grey science. That's coming through very, very slowly. Now, I'm not hugely surprised that it's coming through very, very slowly because I was making 1 every 2 seconds, I think, which is not very many. I should perhaps expand that. Oh, cool. Automod quarter spam. Well done, Automod. Oh, yeah, overwhelming. Yeah, overflowing belt sounds horrible. Yellow and red. Oh, I need fast inserters over there, do I? Okay, let's go and have a look at the inserter speeds. We've also got quite a lot of coal flowing down here and a potential shortage of it. I think I am going to have to move off to another patch. Honestly, part of me is looking forward to moving off to other patches because at the moment everything's a bit too tangled because the starter patch is all being overflowing. Yes, you're right. That inserter is not keeping up. Boop. Is it keeping up now? Yes. That number is going up. Excellent. So that will mean more yellow ammo, which means more red ammo, which means more science. Because, oh, actually, that said, we're not short of... Oh, that's going to need to be faster as well. I'm going to put 2 in there because I know that wall production is pretty quick, but requires a lot of what do you call it? Stone brick. In fact, you know what? I'm also going to do that. Get this belt filled up. It shouldn't be necessary, but I'd rather have too much on the belt than too little. There we go. Now we can have all the machines actually working. Probably. Are we going to get any actual? Yes, there we go. We've got some back. We filled the belt up. Hurrah! Managed to get some right to the end of the belt. Why was there a gap? Maybe it's probably these machines stealing them. Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah, there we go. That's looking good. That's looking good. That's looking good. I think now we're producing grey science at the rate that I was hoping to produce them at. Excellent. Right, what's going on in here? Right, so that requires blue science, so we can't do that. We'll do bonk damage instead because we can do that. In fact, let's just pick up these easy ones because why not? They're all there. They're all really easy. I could start doing some of the military ones. I'll probably have enough science packs by the time this rolls around to actually start doing some military ones. So sit down and think really hard. You have to stay very still to form your thoughts about something blue. So I imagine that means I then we'll find out, but I presume that's where I'm going to get blue science from. So that's fun, but we'll get to that. We need to do the red circuits first, and then I guess we're going to be doing some of the some of the military things because we might as well at that point. Right. Yeah, limiting belts like the pipe complexity system is an interesting idea. It's not supposed to be on the solid steam belt, but it's getting taken out partway down it, so it's kind of okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Fish stocks, I seem to still have plenty of fish, so we're all right with that. Okay, Mitchell, well, thanks for dropping in, and yes, enjoy the VOD. I think, yeah, the things only become permanent every so often. So it's not like you put something down and there's a 10% chance of it immediately being permanent. The game isn't quite that cruel. It's fairly cruel, but it's not quite that cruel. So yeah, I don't have to worry about that particular problem. I think... Yeah, exhausted minds will still be permanent. Yes, yeah, so they'll end up staying there forever, which is lovely. Okay, so the coal is kind of catching up. How does coal look over here? Yeah, there's not a huge amount of it being made. I think it might be a good idea for me to start bringing coal in from here. So let's go off and expand out that way. Iron seems to still be fine. We are still chucking out plenty of that. The patch still has 241,000. However, there's a bit down the edge here that I'm probably not going to be using. But there does seem to be a healthy amount coming out. Coal is my current worry. Well, stone was obviously the first worry, but coal is the next one. Biters are only a minor concern at this stage, I would say, because they don't seem to be causing any trouble yet. But there are quite a few not too far away. Oh, now that I've massively upgraded, upped my usage of stone, because I'm taking all those stone bricks in, this mine is going to start producing quite a lot of pollution. Have I made green modules? No. Okay, so I won't be green moduling all my mines to reduce the pollution. I probably just need to go out. Let's go out and kill some biters while we let the research do its thing, and then we'll come back and start thinking about sulfur and plastic and other things that are going to be made out of Sprite. So I've still got 178 fish. That's probably fine. Isabel the Marrow Beater. Sure, why not? Presumably if I drive into a cliff, it'll be just as disastrous as if I walk into a cliff. So let's not do that either. I'm pretty sure the car's machine gun is more effective than the personal one. So let's start off by just taking out the pre-spawned biters like that. Then come in here, get the fish out. And to be honest, this is not that difficult. I say let's get the fish out as if I'm actually considering myself to be in massive danger from this, but no, it's actually pretty minor. We can just... Ow, students of goo. And there was me thinking maybe I'll get away with this without actually taking any damage, but no, I had to find some goo to stand in. Oh, explosives, lovely. Not sure what I'm going to use them for yet, but I'm sure I'll find something useful, like rockets or something. Oh, the back of the shadows that drift around and slow me down are people who've completed it. Okay, that's interesting. Now, is the car's machine gun actually more powerful? It feels it, but I don't know if that's just because it makes a slightly bassier sound or something like that. And I feel like it's ripping through the nest slightly more quickly, but I am definitely susceptible to that sort of psychosomatic wasnamery that could make me... that could mean I'm just completely making it up. Ow. Forward. There we go. Okay. That might explain why taking out the biter nest seems to not be quite as challenging as I might have otherwise expected. So, okay. Well, thank you for buffing the machine gun. Well, hopefully there will be a shadow wandering around with my name on it in the next few weeks. I don't know. I have no idea what sort of fraction of the way through the mod I am, really, because there's enough extra things added that there's all kinds of weirdnesses and so on. So I don't know how much of the I don't know what sort of percentage of the way through I am. I feel like, let's see, after blue science, there's still purple and yellow, and they are the most complicated sciences. So you'd expect them to take a bit longer, if anything. So I'm probably, as long as but then there have been about 12 extra green sciences. So challenge time. Rotation of day and night cycle has been extended. Okay. Also times it today because day is the best. Fine. To be honest, because I'm not using solar power, the day-night cycle is somewhat irrelevant. It just means it's darker for longer and people can't see, although I've put lamps out now, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better, at least back in the factory. And actually it's quite convenient having it turn into day at that particular moment, because... Ooh, what? Okay, those are not behemoth biters, because they died very, very easily. But, what? The hell? I mean, I'm almost surprised, given this mod's affinity for the colour green. I'm slightly surprised that green biters weren't the first type. Quite glad. They did seem to be a little bit tougher. I guess they're just medium biters, and the order has been swapped around a little bit. That would make a certain sense, and feels appropriate. At least all these nests are really, really small, which makes dealing with them very, very easy. I have to admit, I'm not sure how this compares to vanilla, but this whether it has been changed, but this combat feels very, very easy compared to what I would expect from going out and dealing with biters at, I guess, this stage of the game. These next nests do look a little bit bigger, though, so we'll see how that goes for me. And if I approach the nest from the east rather than from the north, then I can see it from slightly further away and plan my attack a little bit. So if I point the car at it like this, I can bimble over. This one is... Do you think this one's enough bigger that it needs some turrets? I'm not really sure, because I am... Using the red ammo against the small biters is kind of lethal. Yeah, the spitters are outranging my... Let's take out some of the worms first. My car is struggling a little bit. One of my bots is under attack. Stop attacking my bots, you sods. I can't make more of those. Ah, you git. At least I say I can't make more of those. I don't think I can make more of those. I could be wrong. What's getting wrecked? Oh, it's going to be my bots, isn't it? Let's turn the bots off until I've dealt with the biters. Ah, uh-oh. Got stuck on a rock. Fortunately, I didn't get sufficiently stuck on the rock for it to turn into biters. Okay, I think I need to start turning... You know what? Actually, let's just go in on foot and with the fish and do it this way. See how this goes. It'll be interesting to see if I do... and that is a... Yes, that is a medium biter. It just looks like a behemoth. The SMG doesn't sound as powerful as the car's machine gun. I think that might be a large part of why I think it's less powerful, because it just sounds less good. Ow. Go away. I'm neglecting my fish heavy combat tactics of just eating constantly in order to stay alive. It just feels wrong somehow. It feels wrong to let the biters hit me and bite me and attack me and spit at me and so on, and then just because even though I know I can just constantly eat fish to stay alive, it still feels wrong. Must be careful attacking over this cliff that I don't run straight into it and kill myself. Because no quantity of fish is going to save me from the violence of a cliff. There we go. Fish. Yeah, pretty sure this gun is less powerful than the car. Even with whatever buffs it's been given. Yeah, I had spotted the cliff. Don't worry, you're not giving things away. Well, I have to admit, just then, as I was running around the end of it, I wasn't quite sure how long it was and did give it a rather wide berth. So I think I had 198 fish when I started, and I've eaten about 50 of them. So I'm getting through them. But yeah, I think I might have to go back to using the car's machine gun because it is just a lot faster. If the collision detection's wonky, then that's even more reason to give them a very, very wide berth. All right, bots are turned on. Bots are turned off now. No, keep moving. Why's my... Oh, I've run out of ammo. More ammo, please. There we go. Oh, and I'm practically out of ammunition in my main gun, in my machine SMG as well. Am I running out? Am I going to have to go back to base soon? Yes, I am. Okay. That said, I've got 94 mags left. That's probably going to be enough to deal with this nest. Uh-oh. I don't want to lose my car, because it's going to if I do, it's going to take me forever to get back up north again. I feel like this one is a little bit too big for these tactics to work effectively. Let's get the car repaired first. Oh, and let's take the ammo out of the car. Put it back in my SMG. And try it from here. Oh, fish. Ah! I wasn't right-clicking hard enough. Damn it. The Respawn Express, yes. I apparently am doing that, yeah. Right, so, yeah, it is quite a long... Oh, actually, that's true. I thought I was attacking this one, which was fairly close to this pollution cloud. But no, you're right. This one down here is miles away. Okay. Well, that's a big improvement. I'm in the number of bites around. I am now just going to wait for my corpse to find its way back to me and then reclaim it that way rather than going and getting it, because that seems crazy. I may build another car for obvious reasons. And I can claim some more red ammo from here as well. How much have we got? A lot. Wow. Take 5 stacks. Okay, so while I've been prevaricating around and trying to research bonk damage, which is would have been quite useful, but never mind. I've picked up, presumably, I got explosives, I got plastic, and I've got sulfur. So I can go and have a look at all of those. In the meantime, what's this? This is, modular armor. Sure, let's get that and that. And modules, nice. And stack insert. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I can do stack inserters now. Sweet. Mining productivity is always good. And sitting down and thinking really hard is probably good as well. But we'll that's probably going to do something weird, so we'll get it in a bit. Right, in the meantime, I think I should probably go and lay some more mines, but actually I think I should wait for my corpse to come back. So while I'm waiting for it, let's have a look at... ooh, what's that? Fishify seahorse. So I can turn one seahorse into 2 raw fish. Good. I mean, if I ever see any seahorses, then I'll know that I can turn them into fish, because I've not got enough fish, clearly. Alternatively, I can... That's just me getting trolled again. I wish it would stop doing that. Oh, I didn't change out the wooden armor. Yeah, that would have been smart. Putting proper armor on would have helped. Now if I'm researching modular armor, that will at least stop me wearing the crappy armor, the basic armor for going into into combat. So I can make seahorses out of advanced circuits, and then I can make fish out of seahorses. So that's a way of turning red circuits into fish. I suspect that's not going to be particularly useful, but you never know. We'll see how that goes. There may be a reason to do that. Alternatively, right, so I can make plastic bar out of coal and Sprite. So that's roughly as expected. And I can make sulfur out of Sprite. Again, seems fairly expected. Batteries are, that sulfuric acid is, I don't know, it's done in an offshore assembler or a cliffside assembler. Oh, very good. Okay, so just trying to put me in danger there, I see. So yeah, I'm going to have to start... Yeah, building in the water. All right. Yes, I have got a number of the sacrifices done. I'm up to fish 5 at the moment as a current sacrifice, and I have a system somewhere that is upgrading my fish to higher levels of fish. What are you making? This one is making fish 4. Fish 4 being brought over here to be made into fish 5. Oh, I've got 777 fish 5. How many fish 5 do I need for the sacrifice? 100. Okay, let's do that one since I can. Again, while I'm waiting for my body to come back to me. It's 100, so that's a stack and a fish. Because of course it is. Right, so we'll do that. Boink. And then this one requires me to make fish... Ooh, I've discovered fish glue. Ah, fish glue is made out of seahorses. Right, so there we go. There's the answer. I need to turn red circuits into seahorses, and then I don't turn the seahorses into fish. I turn them into fish glue in order to upgrade my fish 5 into fish 6. You have dead man's parties... What? Yeah, in this mod, corpses tend to come back to find you sooner or later, which is very, very handy. So even though it's all the way down there, eventually it'll get bored of waiting for me and hopefully come back to get me. Unless it's too far away at the moment, that is also a possibility. Exactly, yes, as Expert says, the corpse will come... This is not the first time I've died in this mod. So, yeah, the corpses are kind enough to come back to you. Right, so what was I saying? I want to make plastic, but that needs to be done in an offshore assembler. I want to make sulfur, that needs to be done in an offshore assembler or a cliffside assembler. So I guess I'm going to pipe this Sprite over to the water because I can't make cliffside assemblers yet. So it's going to have to be an offshore assembler. Do that over here. And then belt the copper and the plastic and the sulfur back again. But the plastic also takes coal, so I'm going to have to send that over too. So you know, one thing at a time. Let's take this. Oh, I haven't got my bots. Never mind. I can head over and I can make plans. As long as I have to make sure I don't line these up with the pipes underneath, or they will connect. But that's easy enough because the pattern is patterning. Okay, so then we put some offshore assemblers along here. So presumably they're going to have to go there or along here so that I can get inserters to them. Like that. These guys are going to make plastic. Well, I'll make plastic first because I feel like that's more important. Like so. And then we can get this to these things like this. Boink, 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 boink. Right, and then the belts will have a belt of... Are they 1 to 1? No, 1 to 2. Okay, cool. So I'll have the coal come in here. And the plastic come out here. Simple-ish. I'll probably need more machines than that, but this is quite a nice... Ooh, hello, corpse. Okay, move a little bit further away so you're not over a belt. There we go. Right, and I've ended up with the light armor on because that's how it works. I've got a spoon. Because apparently there is a spoon. Lovely. Good. I don't know what I'm going to do with the spoon, but I have a spoon, so grats me. Okay, so we're bringing the plastic out like this. La 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 la. Oh dear. I can't have that one then. There isn't room. I can't have that one either. Oh, all of this needs to move down one. Can't build on water, it says. That's the whole point of those darn things. Right, pull all this up, get that replaced. So that's going to be my that's going to be the plastic out, and then we have coal in there, there, and there. Extend the belt up there anyway. Right, and then we'll want to move this out. Is it just one? Yes, it is just one. To there, and then input belt there, and then more can be put along there as and when we're ready to have more along there. And with a pipe going up there, yada, yada, yada. Right, I've run out of pipes. Nice. Make some more pipes. Okay, so that'll be... Oh, bother. Actually, no, that's okay. We can just bring this in here instead. And then bring this one out here. No. Like that. There we go. And then remove all of this. Fine. Okay, so now I need to get the coal over here. Come on, come. Return to me, my robotic friends. And this is what I was moaning about last time with the bot build range being sufficient and the bot speed being sufficiently low that you get this sort of effect where you just end up waiting for your bots for ages. Oh well. It's still better than building it by hand, probably. Pop, 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 pop. Right, and then over here. Oh, we've got no coal now. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be time to go off and get some more coal together. How are we that short? I mean, okay, we're just not... I guess we're just not producing coal all that quickly. Oh, because the copper... Ah, right, this is why this had a priority on the input. No, no, no. Filter. Ah, it's all gone horribly wrong. What I meant to change was that one. But because it's upside down, my brain exploded. Right, where's this going? Right, down there. Let's cut that there and then head over and fix it. Ugh. I think I see what you're trying to say, Board Easy. Maybe. Do I have any drills in my pockets? I got 28 of them. Okay, right. It's time to go off and get some more coal then. Once I've fixed this minor catastrophe. I do have some coal, so let's give that to machines over here to slightly lower the requirements. Right, and then down here. No, just stand here. Nom 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 nom. The joys of cleaning up belts when you've screwed something up. There we go. Now we can pass the coal through there. Right, so you're going to get all of that copper ore, obviously. You can get the coal as well, I suppose. Okay, no, you can't. You can have this coal. Boop, boop. And you can have the rest of it when I find you. There you are. Boop. Okay, so where do I feed coal in if I want the coal supply to run nicely? I guess here as a low priority. So input priority from the right. Oh, sweet, it reaches. One of the really useful mods I have installed in Planetary Pioneers, which I'm now so used to, is the one that tells you when you're holding an underground belt how far it's going to reach, so you don't have to count stuff. And that one's really, really nice, and I miss it. I wish the game wouldn't build under trees like that. Never mind. Right, over here, there is a patch of coal. And we're going to plunder it, as only engineers can. So, drills. Bum, bum. La 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 la. La 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 la. All the way across here, like that. And then, again, across here. And across here. I know with the massive coverage area these things have, I could probably put more drills in than this, but yeah, I think this is going to be sufficient, to be honest with you. No, can't quite reach up there. Yeah, I was considering when I installed this, installing all the sort of the normal quality of life mods, but part of the reason I didn't was because I don't know which ones would interfere with the sort of the silly things that the game is supposed to be doing, as it were. And so I didn't want to mess that up. The sort of deliberate silly things are. I don't want to break those. I want it to continue being silly, if that's what's intended. But and I think that was the right way to do it. But there are a few that I definitely miss. I think long reach is also one of them, just because I'm so used to playing that way. Right, there we go. That is virtually a solid belt of coal. At some point I'll be upgrading everything to red belts, I imagine. I've got red belts being made, but so far I've not actually needed them, so I haven't worried about it. Especially as it's an easy upgrade to do later at a point when I need it. The greel is greeling unevenly, but that's probably okay. Right, so this will then flow up here, go into here as a lower priority. But we should then get... So we'll be using the coal that comes out of these drills first. And then... No, we'll be using any coal that comes out of these drills first, if we can get it through here. Then we'll use any that comes out of these drills. Then we'll use the stuff that's coming up from down here. So it should mean we always have a solid yellow belt coming through, but we have various different priorities, and we'll carry on using the coal from this area as a priority, as I say. And then this belt is going in the opposite direction, which means we're not really using anything from over here, which is kind of a shame, but oh well. And I guess I could pull this one out. Like that, and this one. No, I can't. I can rotate it even if it can't be mined. That's kind of handy. Put another one there. My brain hurts. What was I going to do? I was going to bring it along and go underneath this one, but that's not actually that useful. Do that. What's going on in the middle of there? Nothing. Oh, it's a can't be mined. Right, that's why. Can I take that one out? Yes, I can. Okay, in that case, we do this with more drills through here, just to get the rest of this coal patch up. Are any of these doing anything other than coal or copper? No, good. So that's going to work. It'll feed it up through here, which is rather crammed at the moment, but that's sort of okay, and in the long run it'll get through. It'd be nice if these were pulling from both sides of the belt, but we don't have the demand on the copper for that, so one side is absolutely sufficient. I guess I just won't worry about it too much. These will eventually become an additional supply of coal, but for now there is now a solid belt of coal going down the belt, so it'll probably be enough, probably. Okay, I think that's all right. So I now need to go over and get. Oh, I need to put some more radars down as well. Can I pocket craft a radar? Yes, I can. Excellent. So I'll do that. Get some more mining drills on the way past the area where they're being made, which is up here. Slightly surprised I haven't moved that down to the other end of the bus, or maybe I have. Take that. How am I doing for assemblers? 14. Let's get some more of those as well. And let's take some belts from here for old time's sake. And some inserters, because you can never have enough inserters. And my inventory's full. Right, okay, I've got some science packs, so let's get rid of those. You're a science pack. Go in there. Any more? Yes. Okay, that wasn't quite as many as I was hoping for, but that is at least some science packs. Oh, and I've got 2 stone furnace stacks, and I don't know what to do with those. So I guess chest of shame for them. Is there anything else in here that's useless at this point? So the steam engines, I'm going to put them in and the boilers in here. The steam engines are certainly useless. The boilers aren't quite useless, but they're not that useful. Stone furnace is useless now. Stone furnace stacks are useless. I've got far too many assembly machines. Let's put some of them back. Why were there so many in? Let's do that. All of them. Make that many, and I'll take. Oops. And I'll take 2 stacks. Thank you. More than that is a bit ridiculous. I've got some iron. I've got various ores and stones and things. I should probably get rid of those. Yeah, exactly. Fun mode is not a quality of life compatible experience. Is a good way of putting it. There are so many things going on in it that to add in your own sort of random mods that you happen to be quite fond of because they make things easier or nicer from the way you want to play the game is all very well, but it's just absolutely going to spoil the game. I do want to have some iron and copper with me, I think, because it is a useful thing to have. I'm not going to put this in here, am I? No. A couple of those. Right. Okay. That's at least given me some inventory space to play with. What was I doing? Oh yes, and then I need some tier 2 assemblers. So the offshore assembler. No, put the offshore assemblers in. I need to work out what to do. I need to get the coal over to plastic production. I also probably need some more offshore assemblers in order to produce. Oh, I've got 2 of them. But I'm going to get some more anyway in order to produce the sulfur as well. So we'll take half a stack of those. Because I feel like more than that might be excessive. Right, and then from here, I need to pop out the sulfur, which can be... No, I don't. I need to pop out the coal, which can be done from here. No, it can be done from here. Lost all research progress on current research. That's a bit mean. Fortunately, I don't think it was too expensive a research project. That's in the wrong place. I mean, to be fair, I am quite forgetful, so I can't really object to that, but also it seems a bit mean. Right, this comes over here. I should probably make a new car, shouldn't I? Tree. Oh, I missed one. Didn't see that tree. Can't reach, to be silly. There we go. And this comes up here, cross into there. Power would also be a good thing along here, wouldn't it? power. Oh, where am I going to put power? Oh, bother. I guess I'm going to put it here. And... oh, wait! No! I can put it here. And here. And here. And that'll still link straight underneath it. Okay, that troll thing has actually come in very, very handy. So thank you for that. Damn trees. I suppose it's that or forests, so maybe I should be glad of the dead trees. This feels like putting down pylons in Foundry, trying to eyeball the maximum distance manually. But in this case, it's because I'm trying to do two things at once, not because the game engine is a little bit limited about where you can put pylons. There we go. Right, and so plastic is going to then come along the next belt. There's going to be this one here, but we're not going to be able to get into there because that's where the coal's coming out. So I guess we'll bring it in here. It could come in here, actually. No, it couldn't. None of those are rocks. I checked quite carefully. So bring that down here. And there. Fine. Goes there. So that's the plastic coming in. Then we're doing the same thing for the sulfur, I guess. And another belt. Can this one go underneath the water belt? I guess it probably can. That. We'll go along here, being very careful of the cliffs for obvious reasons. Hey, look, a nice healthy stream of plastic. That's coming through really quickly. I might have to put that on both sides of the belt. I'm impressed with how fast that plastic is being made. I really am. You know what? Is there another nice straight bit of... yeah, there's a straight bit of coast down here. Okay, no, it was just because it built up a load and... ah, it's because we had a plentiful supply of Sprite. Now we've burned through all the Sprite. We're now making that a bit more slowly. Okay, let's... ooh, that puddle is alarmingly close. Let's put in a couple of assemblers down here. Tell these guys I want them to make sulfur, which is just Sprite. And of course it doesn't reach, Laurence. That'd be helpful. Rotate. Rotate. Meh. There we go. Right, that's my Sprite supply. And then we need to give it power. There. And then we have exerters there and there. And we'll put a big pylon down here as well to make so everything works. Lovely. Then I can run a belt up like this and join it on to, bring it up here for a little bit of neatness like that. Join it onto there. Lovely. That's sulfur. Sulfur. I was going to say sulfur seems to produce a lot more slowly than plastic. No, that's because we've run out of Sprite. So that means back over to the other end again, where I can increase my Sprite production by doubling this system essentially. And that shouldn't be difficult. Actually, it is going to be a bit difficult because of the whole getting the water in without cross-contaminating things. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit more space for this one, I think. Okay. Okay, those can be pulled up, so I think I will. So if I put these a bit further back, like this, then I think that's going to mean I can then run the pipes between them slightly more manually and get things working the way I want them to. Good to know. But I want more than that. Okay. So I want you guys to make... I want you to make the grape juice. Good. But if I flip them round, then there'll be less going on this side to confuse things anyway. Right, now, if I start putting in pipes... Yeah, I can put that there. And... there. And there. And then, hopefully, let's take that out for the moment. And that out. And then I can put in... let's work out the water pipes first. So we'll put in another one of these here. And tell that one to do this recipe. So I can now put another water pipe. I can't put it there, but I can do that. And now these don't link across there because they're too far apart. So I think that feels reasonable. We can do that. And that'll double... Well, when I put in another one of these... That'll double the amount of Sprite I'm producing, but I'm going to have to do that as well. And I need a lot more pipes for this. And by a lot, I mean like 5. Those go over there. Goes up there. Then down here. More of these. Go in here. Make me another 2. And then, yes, now I need to do the power for these. So we'll run pylons up along here. And then a large pylon in the middle of it all, which links to down there. But I've broken all of that, so I'll put one over here to power that. Right, there we go. Double the grape juice, double the fun. It's probably still not going to be enough. I think I'm still going to need to increase... This isn't grape juice, this is Sprite. I'm still going to need more than this, I think, in order to get this to run. So, but I at least now have a pattern that is going to allow me to produce... This allow me to expand this as much as I need to. Let's quadruple it from where it was before. So I'm going to want to have this much, all of this again, like that, and then all of this again. Let's just take that one. 1, 2. There we go. And grab those. And I've run out of pipes. Let's get some more iron. Right. Yeah, I forgot to put a limitation on the amount of red ammunition I was producing over there. But then, on the other hand, I think that's quite useful. having an enormous quantity of it. Oh, this didn't get the pylons. Fine, have another pylon. What trolls did you miss? That's a very good question. I walked into a cliff and died, and then I went off to start mining an oil patch. And it turns out when you mine an oil patch, you pick up the oil patch, which is actually called a grape juice spring. And then the grape juice spring is an ingredient you require to make an oil refinery. I mean soda machine. And then the soda machines will produce an infinite quantity of grape juice, forbidden grape juice, which you can then refine into Sprite over here, and then you make plastic and sulfur out of Sprite. And apparently I may be making an excessive amount of it, but never mind. Yeah, the object permanence is extremely annoying, but then that's sort of par for the course for this mod. So it's okay, even if it is quite annoying. I think I accept and expect annoyances in this mod. So I don't hate it when it happens. It's just sort of, oh no, how am I going to work around this next particular problem, which is fun. Top 4 don't connect to the bottom 4. Okay, that's quite likely. Given the way I had to double up all these pipes, and I probably missed one. All of these pipes. Yeah, there we go. You're right. That needs to go there. It's because there isn't one on the... No, there is one on the bottom. I must have just missed it when I copied it all. So forbidden grape juice pouring out there. Got the forbidden Sprite coming out here. We're making the So I've got more machines making plastic than I have making sulfur. The plastic machines seem to keep up very, very easily. The sulfur machines are not, but I'll go back and upgrade it when I discover that I need to upgrade it, I think, rather than going out and upgrading it just for funsies. Right, so we've finished the mining productivity. I guess I might as well pick up all of the efficiency modules. Very good. Productivity module, speed module. Insert a capacity bonus. Yes, absolutely want that. That's one of the best things to have. Let's do the sit down and think about it first, because I'd like to see what happens when that finishes, basically. Then let's have another bonk damage, because that's always useful. And I still can't do driving lessons because I haven't got blue science, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to get me blue science. So this is another reason to prioritise that one. And then we'll just carry on working through stuff. Ooh, there's another military 3. Yeah, it's auto shotgun. I don't really care about that. Never use that one. Widget 3, fine, whatever. Right. While we have a moment to think, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so there's a couple of nests down here which are going to be problems in the not too distant future, but I'm still protecting my pollution cloud fairly well. Oh, there we go. So I mean, I am sitting. I was standing still, but let's see what that. Let's see what I learned from this. So it says you have to stay very still to form your thoughts about something blue. Well, there's blue science. So presumably when that's researching, I'm not allowed to move. No, I'm allowed to. Okay. No, I take it back. That just seems to be a blue slurpy juice research. Fine. Yeah, whatever. Are the sprite pipe's not connected either? You're probably right. Oh yeah, you are absolutely right. Grumble, 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 grumble. Copy paste failed me. Let's put that one in up there for next time I copy paste so it doesn't fail me again. Thank you, X-Fret. Never get past lab 2.0. I should just give up now. I don't know. I didn't know I've got lab. I didn't know I've been offered lab 2.0. But sure, fine. That clearly came from the blue slurpy juice. So let's see if we can slurp some blue juice and what that's going to cost me in sanity. Oh, this requires seahorses as well. Oh, good. And seahorses seem to be made from red circuits. So, fine. So this one requires red circuits, and then it requires more red circuits for the seahorses, and it requires sulfur and conductive engines. Conductive engines are solid steam, iron gear, wheel, pipe, reel. Fine, I've got all that stuff. I can cope with that. What are red circuits made of? Plastic, copper, and green. Okay, that looks remarkably normal. I'm scared. Oh, it produces seahorses as well. That's why you might want to turn seahorses into fish, I suppose. You can then, so if you have an excess of seahorses coming out from your red circuit production, you can then turn them into fish and dispose of them with the get rid of fish system, or upgrade them into better and better fish in an attempt to get better fish for research productivity bonuses. Okay, so right, I think the first thing to do here is going to be to make the red circuits, and I'm going to make more green circuits to make the red circuits because that's usually a good idea. Otherwise, as soon as you start making red circuits, all of your green circuits disappear and you go, what the hell happened to my green circuits? So, green circuits, I'm doing that already. Have I made it neatly enough that I can copy it? Yes, I have. Do I want this to be tall or wide? I think I think I want it to be wide. So let's not actually copy this, but it's 3 copper cables to 2. It's also the wrong way round, which is very confusing. So, all right, 3 copper cable. Now this should be really nice if we can make it work, because these are just going to tile so neatly. Make these ones. These ones make the copper cable. Bip. These ones make the green green circuits. Nearly got me there. So we're going to feed in copper, copper, copper. And then I'm going to cover this in pylons. Oh, actually, put one there. Then I put that there. But then down here, I'm going to need to have one there and one there, which is mildly annoying, but c'est la vie. Then we're going to need to take in. Actually, we're going to need to have a pylon here, and we're going to take in the iron. What are the rate numbers? It's 1 to 1, isn't it? Yeah, 1 iron to 1 circuit. That's fine. Doesn't matter which way around to put these in. So those like that, and then these like that. Then we bring in copper, comes in here from there. That's nice and easy. Iron comes in here. If I built this the other way around, I could have used that iron belt. It's not too late. Let's do that. I'm probably going to regret this in the long run. But, you know, this is kind of fun. Put that there. And then turn all these around. And there we go. That's I'm going to extend that across to there. That is going to be my green circuit production for red circuits. So this is an internal link. So I can take. Oh, the belt's wrong around. This is an internal link, so I can bring it through right here like that. And then we look at the red circuit production recipe, which is 2 plastic, 4 copper cable, 2 electronic circuits. Okay. So we'll bring the plastic in from above, and we're making a copper cable. I can't remember that. I can't remember the numbers well enough to know if I can do a sort of standard surround it with 6 machines thing like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this going to be the right ratios? So you make 2 a second. You take in 1/3 a second. Yeah, that is the correct. It's still the correct ratio. Excellent. Then we just fill in all the gaps around here. There's something quite nice in a weird and disgusting way about having rectangular assembly machines, because it means you can do fun stuff like this, and it sort of and it works. So let's make them 1 a second. These are using, so that's a 1/6. So one of these will feed 6 of these. So I've got 2 of those, so I can have. Should I do it the other way around? Might as well. Let's think about the belts first. But one of those will do 2 of these. Anyway, this needs to be a little bit further up. I'll think about where in a second. This is the green circuits. And we're going to have them combined with the plastic. And that needs to go around this thing. So if we put that there, then this belt, nope, that's wrong. Put it, right, because it needs an input and an output. So if we put that there, and I'm going to put in one more space for sanity actually, like that. Then we can have this belt come around here, across here, up here, like that. And then we have another one come around here like this. And then we'll feed it out over this way because we can. Right, good. And then we have inputs all the way around here. I don't know if I'm going to have trouble with the inserter, with powering these things. I could do with some proper medium pylons to get the coverage I need right now. Oh, I suppose actually no, it's okay. I'll just put them there and there and there and there and there and there, and that does work. Right, so that's fine. Then, because we're doubling this, I then take this whole thing, flip it over, and I can put it in here. This is really hard to see, to work out what's going on. Let's put it here to lines. No, let's put it here so the copper belts can run through a bit more easily. Wait, here. Yeah, let's put it here for the sake of the copper belts. There we go. And I now need to flip around all these guys. But that's okay. Because I think, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I do. Yes, it's really hard to tell. I'm confusing myself. I'm second guessing myself because of the way the belts flow the wrong way. But this belt actually goes this way. The arrows are correct, not the direction of travel. So this is taking stuff into there, and this is dumping it out onto here. Right. So that's all fine. Then over here, actually, I'm going to split out the seahorses and the red circuits at this point. because I want to just get rid of the darn things, really. Let's bring those out to this side. And then do that. And I think we should then be able to... Yeah, that should then be able to make me some red circuits. Right. Yeah, the oil input is basically built into the refineries now, Gregor, which is lovely. Oh, okay. So it was just because I was sitting down and thinking about other things during the sit down and think about it, so it didn't cancel. Okay, fair enough then. Right, copper. You come along here. You go in here. That. Boom. And then down here, this is plastic. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Okay, so plastic is actually supposed to be, for certain values, whatever supposed to be means, it's supposed to be here. Sulfur is supposed to be here, I think. No, I've miscounted. Ah. 1, 2. Oh, have I? 1, 2. No, that's correct. This is my bus. Yes, because the plastic. Yeah, the coal goes under there. Yeah, this is correct. Right, you come down here, and you're close. Yeah, you're close enough to the top, I guess. We put that there. Then we have to work out, right, so it's this column. That comes through there. Yeah, that is the right place. It's just above the copper. Good. And then we bring the red circuits out here. And that's my red circuit belt. And alternatively, and this is my seahorse belt. Do I want to put seahorses on the bus? I have no idea. But I'm going to, just for fun and whatever. Okay, oh, and I also need copper over here as well. So you know what, I'm going to split this here because I want to. And this runs across there like that. If I ever do more... No. If I ever do more red circuit production, then I shall extend this further and further and further and further. But for now, this is fine. This also comes down to here, and we need another copper split coming off here. If I have enough copper for all of this, I will be astonished. That flows straight past there, and then we can put the copper in there, and of course that needs power too, like that. Right, and that is red circuits. They are now being, well, I say they're being made. There are seahorses and fetching black boxes coming out now. Ah, there we go, and some red circuits as well. Lovely. So, at this point, some of these rocks are in the way, which is very upsetting. Let's put that in there. Let's put that and that and that back in there because it's no use to anyone. I want to put the heavy armor on, but actually I don't want to put the heavy armor on. I want to just demolish these two rocks, and while I'm ready to field whatever comes out of them, like that, and ooh, that. There we go. That was manageable, I think. It didn't go too badly. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I feel like the green circuits aren't making it all that far through. There's the right number of them. Okay, actually, no, I take it back. They have got all the way to the end. These machines aren't running, though. So there should be the right number of green circuits coming through, because these are making 1 a second each. Are they short? No, they're not short of iron plates. The long inserters are just fast enough. This machine isn't running. Why are you not running? No copper cable. Why aren't you running? You're full. Why is this inserter broken? Oh, output full. Ah, there we go. That's why. Okay, was there an inserter that needed flipping? Right, so now there's twice as much green circuit coming through. That should be enough to keep all of this happy. Good, I'm glad I sorted that one out. So, down here we have seahorses, we have red circuits. The seahorses, as we discussed, need to be turned into the fish glue in order to upgrade the fish. Where was fish glue? It was somewhere. I know it was. The things this game has me doing, honestly. Oh no, it's in here? Yeah, there we go. Fish glue. From a seahorse. To glue masses of writhing fish flesh together. Lovely. I suppose I could bring the fish 5 all the way down here. I think that's the way to do it. It's either that or I uh-oh, I got both of them. That was a mistake. But not a fatal one, happily. Yeah, so I could run the seahorses all the way back over to here, where I'm making my fish n-1s. But I don't think I want to. I want to get these out of here somehow and get them onto the bus, bring them all the way over here. We'll make the fish glue over here, because why not? We'll upgrade the fish over here, because why not? And then we'll have, yeah, all that should work. So, looking at these things, out of map mode, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Fish glue takes 1 second to make. Fish 6 takes 1 second to make and uses 1 fish glue. So, one machine doing each will be absolutely fine. You know what? Actually, I'm going to rotate this here. I'm going to bring this under here. And we're just going to do the fishy stuff over here. Because I don't think I need the seahorses anywhere else. Yet. Alright, so we bring in... Those go in there. They come out there. Bring fish 5 in here. And fish 6 out here. Which we'll put into a box for the time being, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to... Oh, actually, I could look, couldn't I? Fish 7 is rail. Okay. I could run fish 6 back up the bus over to... Am I not making rail anywhere? I thought I was making rail. I'm making train stuff over here. I'm making locomotives. Apparently I'm not actually making any rail. And which is fair, I've not put down any rail, so that logically, yeah, I probably wouldn't have made it until I need it. Okay, fine. I will need rail for purple science, that's true. That's an excellent point. If I save the next level of fish for purple sciencing, when I'm doing purple science, then I can combine them together, a bit like I've done here. That makes a lot of sense. Good thinking, thank you for that. So we'll take power all of you, and all of you. From all of you. Right, there we go. Start making the glue, at least, which will pull some of that through. There's still going to be far too much of this stuff. I can just tell. But then that's why there's the recipes for destroying it as well. Yes, please take all of my seahorses. Fine. Yes, because of course a seahorse whinnies like that. Why wouldn't it? Oh dear. Oh, we're at a belt. Fortunately, I'm in about the right sort of area. I don't know how many trolls to add on for these sort of things. Like, I mean, the seahorse is whinnying. Sure, why not? I mean, that's fair enough, I suppose. Oh, this should go here, shouldn't it? Because these, if they ever get fed back, will go along this way. So it should go here. La 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 la. Tumty tumty tumty. Is there a belt going in the right direction along here anywhere? No. Yes, that one. Where are my fish? There are my fish. So, somehow, I need to get these guys out of here. I could just move the chest, I suppose. Let's do that. And then we have belt comes through here. Down to here. And then I put the chest back in again up here for the time, at least for the time being. We can and fish 5 go into there, and we will dump them onto a belt like that. Or at least we would if we had any power. There we go. So the fish system now is where's it taking fish from? It's taking fish from power generation because that seemed like a nice... This was all sort of fairly close together, so it seemed reasonable. We're then upgrading them to fish 2 here, and upgrading them to fish 3 here. Yeah, fish 3 here, to fish 4, to fish 5, and then being passed off down here to turn to fish 6. Should I actually be feeding some of these up to the other fissionalizers? I think I probably should. So let's take these 2 out. I'm not over there. I can't. I don't have bots. I can't do these sort of things remotely. Come on, Laurence. Remember how to play Factorio in very, very basic modes. That is a thought. I've been playing for quite a long time and I still don't have bots. That's mildly alarming. Not onto there. Okay, under there. And then over to there. Right, okay, we're now doing a useful thing with the with the fish. So we can take off the filter on here and just have it pass them out all the time. We've got another 1,400 fish to play with now. And you know what? You guys could be a bit quicker. Fish, 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 fish. Fish will go in here, fished up into fish 2s. And then they can fish off along this way. 3s, 4s, 5s. 6, 5, 5, and then 6 down this way, I think. It's just a thing I can leave running in the background. But although that said, we're going to get, from this, there were about 700 or 800 in that box back there. So that's going to get me the 100, so that's going to be 400 fish, glue fishes, with which I'll take 100 to do the research. And then that'll be, leave me a 300, which means 150 of the next fish, even if I don't make any more. So the fish, I've got enough fish for quite a lot of research upgrades, and that's a weird thing to say. But we should be used to that by now. There we go. Shove all of those in there. It's still not going to be enough to use up all of these. This is going to be a crazy, crazy number of seahorses. So we'll give that one priority. But then we'll turn seahorse into fish here, because I don't think there's anything else to do with them. I'm amused that we can make... Oh, hang on. No, wait, I take that back. We are going to need seahorse, because we need seahorse for the science pack? Yes, yes we do. Okay. So, splitter goes in here then, because we're going to want those seahorses. Over here. And as usual, I'm going to make my science packs backwards. I don't know why I'm making... Oh, and actually, I do know why I always end up doing this. That's not lined up. I do know why I end up making them backwards. It's because you put the machine down, and then you put in, and then you program it, because then you can refer back to it quickly and easily to tell what you need in order to build the thing. So here, for example, it's seahorses, which I've got coming in there, and sulfur, fine, and then advanced circuits and conductive engines. So I need to make the conductive engines, but we can do that on the other side, and they can feed backwards back up to it. So we need 3 seahorses and 3 advanced circuits. So those need to be on a near belt, and then 1 sulfur and 1 conductive engine. That makes 2. It takes 24 seconds. Okay, there's loads of time to feed everything in. But you know what? Let's let's do that. And then that. That's my first 2 ingredients, the ones that I need the most of on a single belt. And they're separated, side separated, so that I can keep them, well, separate. Got to keep them separated, as the offspring said. And then we're going to load in the other things there and unload the science packs there. So we're going to have an input belt, which is going to come from over here, so that I can put in my usual mergery thing here and have plenty of room for it. Then run that around like that. And then the output comes over here, and then as usual we will power everything. So 1 there and 1 there, and I guess we need to link them together, so I'll put that there. Lovely. And in go all the seahorses, just as we hoped. So the other 2 things, what was it? It was sulfur and, oh yes, we're bringing the motors from over here. Okay, I didn't need to leave quite so much space, but yeah, it'll work. So sulfur is this one. comes down here. Put in a splitter here. Hey, oh, actually, no. Given where that is, we'll put the splitter in there. We'll bring that out like that, and that. And then... Oh. Again, not used to not having all of the long reach available, so do that. Right, so that's my sulfur, and now I just need those whichever weird type of engine units it was, and then I need a bajillion of these. So these take 24 seconds to run, but they make 2 each time. So that means I need 12 of these to produce at the same speed I'm producing the grey science at. So let's do that bit first because it's easy, and then my brain might not melt for slightly longer. So put that in there, and then so that's 2, 4, 6. Counting with Laurence. 12. Yes, I said 12. So that's the same rate that the military science is being produced at, and therefore is probably not going to be enough. But just slapping it down like this is nice and quick and easy, and I've run out of blue inserters. I was going to say, and I've run out of belts, but no, it's just being slow to put them down, so that's fine. This gives me a good sort of starting point, and also helps to pull out some of the some of these seahorse guys. So over here, I've run out of blue inserters. So what I'm going to want to do here is, yes, fish to seahorse, and then no, seahorse to fish, and then fish to nothing. What are the rates here? 1 fish a second, half a fish per second. Really? Fine. Oh wait. No, there's a better way to do this. We've put that back over there. Then we put these there and there. And that one of those goes there. That goes there. And then we tell these to disenfishulate. I could feed these fish all the way back to the beginning of the belt and turn them into, and then turn them into more advanced fish. Maybe I'll do that later if it seems like a good idea. But at the moment, this seems. I think at the moment I've got enough going on in my fish world that this is going to be plenty. Destroying them here is going to be absolutely fine. I've got 152 of these already, though. That's quite impressive. So I can now do another upgrade. That one. Boink. Sacrifice fish 6. There we go. Now I need to get to the fish 7s, but that's the rail one, so we'll come back to that. Fish 6, fish 2. Why have I got fish 2s in my inventory? I don't know why I've got fish 2 in my inventory. I mean, I can guess, but... Right. So, I need to go and get some more inserters. Got to rescue the copper fish. Yeah, I did. There's not as many fish being made from copper. I think I have more than enough fish at this stage. I mean, look at this. There were 800 in the box back at the beginning. No, inserters not here. There were 800 fish 5s, which means I can make 400 fish 6s, which means I can make 150 fish 7s immediately. And by the time I've made those, there'll be quite a lot more filtered through. So I think it's... I feel like I'm okay for the moment. I'm only making 1 stack of those at a time. Let's put that up to 3 stacks because that ain't many. So I think, despite the fact that, yes, I am wasting an enormous number of fish, there are a lot of places where fish are just being disenfishulated like there. I don't care. I've got more than I know what to do with. Now, and I could fill up a box with the... seahorse. What are you doing again? Oh, I wasn't researching anything. That is pretty uncool, actually. But I was getting a little bit overwhelmed with trying to make the next science pack. So, you know. It's not. That's on you. If the next science pack had been... If making this science pack had been less overwhelming and I hadn't been having to think about fish quite so much, then maybe I would have been researching something else. However, thank you for the reminder. Bob the fun I need to make 200 burner inserters and I will get Bob. Fine. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will. Let's have that. Oh, lunar panel. Nice. So it'll work at night. Energy accumulators. Sure, let's have them just in case. Follow a robot cat. Don't care, but sure, why not? Let's just... At this point, I'm just going to research everything to pick stuff up. What are you? Water 2. H2O2 is not water, mate. Mate. That's something else. Oh, these are all blue researchers. I can't do them anyway. Yeah, that's something different. But okay, I can investigate. I can learn about hydrogen peroxide if you want. That is certainly a thing that might happen. Right, there we go. So you're running. You're fishifying the seahorses. Seahorses are getting fishified and then defishified here. Excellent. It's still far too slow, but my wonder, my hope, is that once I get this running, that'll put a bit of load on the seahorse supply, and have very little effect whatsoever. And I'm going to have to massively extend this, but that's fine. These are things we can do. I'm going to worry about that when it becomes a bit more relevant. Also going to extend that up there. Right, so that's that. The next thing is the conductive engines. Yes, conductive engines. And I'm going to need a number of those. I don't have rate calculator installed. Okay, so I'm using. Let's do the maths manually. So this one, it requires. Yak. Right, it requires one conductive engine. One conductive engine is conducive to one blue Slurpee juice because it's 2 to 2. So I'm trying to make science at 1 per machine second, which is 1 every 2 seconds because these are slow machines. So that means 1 per machine second, and it takes conducive engine takes 10 seconds to make. So I'm going to need 10 machines making these. Fine. They take 10 seconds to make. I can make an iron gear in less than a second. How long does it take to make a pipe? Pipe is half a second as well, right? So one machine making gears, one machine making pipes is going to be enough to make the relevant number of machines. Cool. So we have one machine making gears, one machine making pipes. We have a feed of iron coming in here. We have a feed of the gears and the pipes coming out here because these are the ones that are going to be running fast. So I want them to be using fast inserters. However, that's going to need to put on the near side. So I need to do this to get it to be able to get the two onto opposite sides of the belts. That's fine. So you're going to be doing pipes and gears like that. That's all pretty normal. I can cope with this. This is normal Factorio. Therefore, I can cope probably. Then we get onto the conducive machines, conductive engine. So solid steam, gear, wheel, pipe. So I need to bring in steam and greel for these ones. Okay. In case of need of expansion later, hopefully I'm going to get cliff explosives. We shall see. I'm going to leave this belt as being for the iron, but it's a really, really slow production recipe to produce it. So I can put that there and that there and that there, and I think all should be well. Haven't thought about powering these things yet, because I'm going to have another belt coming along here, like this. And I'm going to need to get power to all this stuff. Am I going to have to rotate these? Maybe. Ooh, you know what I could do to make this better, nicer though? I could rotate that round, I could rotate that round. Have you as an input, and then bring those things in there. Bring the iron in there. I don't want to leave a gap, but I also don't want to rotate these. And I think those might be my two choices. Or I do lots and lots of underground belts along here, which is slightly gross, but would work. And I could put these in like that. Angry Ghost. Have I run out of? Okay. I haven't run out of undergrounds, but you know, I can get that through there. I think I'm going to have to do it like that. So we'll copy this bit. Yeah. Delete. All right, that's just iron. Yes. So we'll copy this bit because it's easy. So I want 10 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let the bots do the fiddly bit and I'll do the easy bit. Then these are going to need to go in every so often. So I could put that there and swap around a couple of the inserters. That's probably the nicest way to do it. Just to keep things compact and neat. So those go like that. And then down at the bottom we have them there, 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 there. There, there, there. And if I had pylons, that would be perfect. So now I'm going to need to swap these ones over. I'm going to need to, not going to need to swap these ones over. I'm going to need to swap these ones over. So that's going to be an output and an input and an input and an output. And then we run a belt along here. Plus like that. There we go. With the appropriate underneathies in there. And I think that's all good. If I had some pylons, then I think I could make this work. In the meantime, what are you? That's my output. That should be running the other way. So you go to... Oh, where do you go to? There is a belt for these already because I've made the military science. There it is. This one runs down here like this and is on the end of this one. And that was all my underground belts. Right, it's time to go to restock. I've run out of pylons. I've run out of underground belts. I'm not going to be able to build the rest of this up. Which is not quite true. I can get the iron in. But there's no point. Let's go and restock. The fish are indeed an exponential recipe. Yes, it takes twice as many to make each subsequent type of fish. So I am probably going to, in theory, I'm going to need twice as many fish for each level. That is absolutely true. I'm just being a little bit blasé about how quickly exponential things add up. And I'll probably find at some point I might actually stop using coal because I'll move on to more advanced types of power generation. And at that point, then I'm going to stop generating fish at all. So I may be doing myself out of some fishy goodness here, but we'll run that risk later. I could take the fish out of here, I suppose. They're quite close by. This will be easy. So bump, bump. And that's the one I meant to take out. Put in a splitter here. I would like to filter out fish. Just normal fish, please. Just regular, normal fish. There, that guy. No, the other way. To the right. Then we can run this under here. And feed that in there. Hey, it's powered. I'm honestly slightly surprised. That isn't going to work. If that goes there instead, then we just change this into a belt. Right. There we go. Now we can do that, and then any fish that are coming out of here will be passed through this way. So that's all the fish from power generation and solid steam production being passed through this way to be upgraded. All the ones from iron production are being passed through to be upgraded. How full is the box? 629. That seems fine. Copper ones are not. Okay, let's take copper fish out. Actually, this is also pretty easy. Let's take the copper fish out. In fact, let's copy all of that. Put it there. And then remove that. Oh. Can I at least change your filter? Yes, but that's not helpful. That one, fine, whatever. And we'll remove... I can't remove that either, but I can remove that one. Right, great. So I guess what's going to happen is that things like... is that machines that get left in longer, if it goes through every so often and marks an additional 10% of machines as undeconstructible, then it's going to get worse and worse. We're going to get more and more... Oh, didn't pick up any bloody... It's going to get more and more things in my older parts of my factory that can't be removed until eventually I'll come back to an old part of the factory and the entire thing will be permanent, which wasn't far off what we saw then. it felt like there were a lot of things down here that I couldn't deal with. Couldn't move. Oh, thank you, Plantel Citizen. Good to have you around. I have discovered that Water 2 is a thing. I have not discovered what sort of thing Water 2 is yet. I mean, I feel like it should be hydrogen peroxide, because you know it actually says H2O2 in the description. So I've heard of that. That is a thing. But whether it actually is that sort of thing, we will find out at some point in the future when I actually research it. There we go. Right, all the copper fish are now being sent off for us to upgrade them as well. Feels like what do we call it? The Cybermen, who are in Doctor who are always threatening to upgrade people, and upgrade meant turn them into Cybermen. I don't think I tried blowing up permanent things yet. Actually, I don't have. I was going to say I don't have explosives. I have a machine gun, so I could just shoot them until they go bang. I suppose that is always an option. Maybe I'll try that. But that feels like cheating, to be honest. No, thank you. Yeah, I feel like I'm making good progress. I've got the military science up and running quite happily. The blue science or blue slurpees are nearly there. I just need to get some of the. I need to get some pylons in basically, and I need to get some solid steam. I should have been running a solid steam belt down here, and I need to get something else in that I've forgotten about. Greel. Okay, solid steam and greel to these two, and then iron to this one. Iron is easy because it's just here. I've been using that quite a lot for a lot of things. Funnily enough, even troll versions of Factorio, you use a lot of iron. And I'm assuming I'm going to start using enormous amounts of copper now because I've started to make red circuits. So that's just copper is presumably going to become a thing. Right, so greel and solid steam. Let's go and find those. There's a solid steam, I think. Yes, solid steam. Nice. And here's the greel as well. Awesome. Everything's in one place. So I can put swipe of that, swipe of that. Swipe of that, and that, and that, and that. Right. Let's get these in. So there's my. I think that one was the greel. I think this one's a solid steam. I honestly actually don't care which way around they are. They're going to be going onto the same belt to go to the same place. It's fine. They are. It doesn't matter. I don't care which way around they go. Nothing in this build cares, and even if it did, even if I was putting something on below here that was going to use one or the other of them, it still wouldn't matter because the belt is there and it can grab from either side of it, as you're probably all fully aware. Is one fish upgrade enough for iron and copper and half of power? I don't know, but there are some boxes over there that could potentially fill up. So we'll keep an eye on them at some point, probably. Right. So all the machines are making the conducive engines, which are going out onto here and being fed away and disappearing off as if they're science packs. Come on, Laurence, that's not what you were doing here. This belt. No, just no. Those are not science packs. Try again, but do it right this time. So that goes under there. Then this one goes under there and joins onto this belt. Right, there we go. And now we have blue science machines starting to blue. Excellent. So you have everything I'm carrying that could work. Why have I got nine dead bodies in my pockets? I need a chest of shame. Let's put it down here with the blue science because it feels like an achievement. Right, and over here with the advanced fish. So we're going to put the corpses in there because I'm not carrying them around with me. There's no point. I'm going to put the pistols of shame in there as well. Why do pistols stack up to 4? I have no idea what they stack up to in vanilla, but that's a silly number. Repair packs are useful. Driving license is actually useful. Let's take them to be upgraded. And fish 2 can go in there because I can't remember. I'm not going all the way back, and I won't remember to drop the fish 2 off next time I'm over there. The rest of this all seems reasonably sensible. The grape juice springs, I'm going to put them in here for... No, I'm not. I've got a box for them up where I'm producing the Ujimawatsits. Yes, no, Ujimawatsits are another research away. I've seen them on the list. The grape springs should go in that box there because this is where we make the refineries, and so it's an easy place to remember that they are. But I don't want to turn them all into refineries straight away in case it turns out there's another use for them, and then I'd have to go off and find some more. Okay. So down here, this thing for dealing with the seahorses, I was going to say is woefully inadequate, but actually, we have enough red circuits on here. So what's the recipe down here? We use 3 seahorses and 3 advanced circuits. So actually, and whereas over here we make 3 seahorses and 1 advanced circuit. Okay, so, sorry, 2 seahorses and 1 advanced circuit. So we are going to have a surplus of 3 seahorses for every time this runs. Every time we make a blue science. So it's a good thing we've got this, and it does need to run a lot faster. Here's what I'm thinking here. So we'll take that, and we'll have another one, another one, another one, another one, because we have too many seahorses, and we always will. I don't think this is something that is going to fix itself. Oh, the lights. That's a good point. It is night now. Let's go and find them, because they were over here. Yeah, they just don't seem to shine. No, the lights are just broken. That's the troll. I can make them a different colour. And then they go that colour, but not illuminated. So yeah, that'll be why X-Fret was apologising for the stream detriment, should we say, because the lights don't work. Maybe I should install balloon lights anyway and just go, right, we're putting down balloon lights everywhere just so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yep, that's another troll. Have there been any other ones actually? I feel like there've been changed recipes, but I think the whole seahorse thing is a bit of a troll. But I don't know. It was a sincere apology indeed. Okay, never mind. Oh, there we go. We've now started to keep up with the seahorse production and deconstruction, shall we say? So that is sufficient. So this is a possible place. Maybe here I should be producing more upgraded fish, actually. Because eventually we're going to get to some really, really hard to produce levels of fish. So, how high does this go? Okay, up to about 12. Okay, so fish 2 is trivial. You can make that straight out of fish 1. Then you need copper cables, which we can make around here easily enough. We have copper in this area. Then you need stone, which we don't have, but we could have. Then copper plate, which we absolutely have. Then the fish glue, which we definitely have. You know what? I think I will actually do some fish upgrading over here. So let's remove all of those. And then have a belt running along here. I don't need this many, I don't think. So we'll remove some of these. And then I can put in a machine here. Why are they spaced out? What are you doing, Laurence? Right, let's remove all of these as well, because they're in the wrong place. So we can put that... Let's compact this up a little bit. And we'll drop down to 2 machines for the moment. I don't know if 2 is going to be... 2 isn't going to be enough, I don't think. We'll go back to 3. And have 4. I am bad at decisions, have you noticed? We'll go back up to 4 like this. Because I feel like that's going to be making me plenty of fish. Then we'll have another machine here that's doing fish to fish 2. I don't know how... So these can produce 1 fish a second. This can deal with 1 fish a second. So I'm going to put in 2 of these, I think. I feel like that's probably going to be... I mean, I know I should probably put in 4, but to match these, but I don't know if that's necessary really. I might be being a little over what's name. We'll pass them out to here. Then we'll have. We only need one machine for the next stage though for doing fish 3. We do need another one making copper cable, and that can go there. Like that. Then we need a machine making fish 4 and fish 5. So you're doing copper cable. You're doing fish that takes copper cable. No, you're not. You're doing fish that takes copper cable. You're doing fish that takes stone. You're doing fish that just takes straight up copper. Because that's easy. That's like right there. So we need a supply of stone coming in here. And then we need to feed these fish. We need to feed the fish. Yeah. Background here. Into there. Like that. This feels quite good in that I've got lots of things wrapped up in here. I just need to bring the stone into. I just need to bring a supply of stone into here from somewhere. I think that feels quite doable. It's a bit of a fishy mess, but this just seems to be the way this channel goes at the moment. After all of the stuff we've been doing on Pelagos in Planetary Pioneers, everything is about fish and mess and doing very, very strange things. So, where's that stone supply? I know we've got stone on here somewhere because it's going up to the previous set of fish processing things. There we go, there's a stone. Yeah, most things, as you say, most things are they are sufficiently overhauled in an unexpected way, should we say. That's probably a politer way of putting it than just calling everything a troll. Right, there's a convenient gap here between the fish 6 and the box of and the chest of shame, so we'll come through that. It's just occurred to me that with the 10% thing, a chest of shame could actually become a permanent fixture. Right, let's move this pylon up one. Like that. And you can be a normal belt. Across to there. And then there's my stone. So this is backing up at the moment, but that's because we don't have any stone available yet, I suspect. No, something else isn't working. That? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was my copper that went in there. Never mind. Right, and these are fish 2, which now we know. That's fish 1, fish 2, here and there. And there we go. Now we have fish mumbly coming through because I had some spare fish, whatever. I don't know what's. We're still waiting for the stone to arrive. Here it comes. I hadn't messed up the belt. That's good. But yeah, we're now doing some more fish upgrading. I hope you're all very, very happy, given that we now have 404 fish 6. And I've already done the fish 6 sacrifice, haven't I? So yeah, it's now up to fish 7 sacrifice. So I need 200 plus 400 plus 800 plus 1600 plus 3200 plus 6400, which is nearly 12800. 12,800. So I need 12,000 of these, and I'm at half a thousand. Okay, that is quite a lot. So it's probably a good thing that I'm now doing this with the fish over here. I'm going to pick up the excess here and make some fish 2s by hand because I want this to be able to keep up, and these shouldn't be able to keep up actually because I've only put 2 of them in, not 4. I thought I put 4 in. I have not put 4 in. Oh, I'm turning seahorses into fish as well. Fine, whatever. We shall make 27 more fish 2s, apparently. And we now have a steady... Oh, now we have a steady supply of blue science coming through. I can actually think about doing things that take blue science, like sorting out my driving, Dumbo. Train braking force, I could do. Let's get water 2, because why not? Advanced combinations, I'm in the nice. I don't really care. Oh, another stack inserter capacity bonus. So let's have that. What are you? Oh, nice. Ha! That'll be useful when I get to it. What are you? Swim. Oh, that's even more nice. Oh, and I can swim as well. It's not just don't drown. It's actually swim. That's amazing. That's a second priority thing, I think. I won't run this yet because I suspect if I run instability and it puts my permanent buildings back to normal, then yes, that would be lovely, and I could go around and pick up the ones that have trolled, have permanized, but or perminated. Perminated, that's a nice word. But it'll happen again. It'll still happen again. So let's keep that for when I really, really want it. Also, atomic cliff explosives. What? Why are they atomic? To make you need uranium. Sure, fine, whatever. But that sounds nice because I don't like cliffs. Right, that seems like some useful things to start with. Oh, instability is an infinite research, but if it's infinite research, then presumably it's going to require more and more and more science packs as I get further into it. So I think I'll still save it for the time being, but I won't worry too much about whether I use it or not. Right, I think my brain is full. What am I trying to do at the moment? I may have lost the plot a little bit. Maybe, what I could do, I could put a couple more of these in underneath here, because I am slightly concerned about my fishing rate. Especially if I give all of those to this one. What are you? You're a fish 5. Do you go in there? What are you making? Oh, you're making fish 4. You're making fish 5. Oh, okay, fish 5 go in here. There we go. Alright, so I want another couple of these, there and there. And... oh, this is getting spaghetti. And then you need the copper cables. Yeah, this isn't going to be able, if I put more of these in, that one isn't going to be able to keep up. Put that there. Let's go all spaghetti all the time and see what horrible messes I can make. So that goes like that. Then we copy that to there. So we get those fed through to there. Good. Then I guess I run that an extra 2 squares across there and have this go in and out and in and out, out and in and power and power. And we're going to end up with some fish on the belt, sure. But that's going to put fish 1 and fish 2 onto the same belt here. Then the fish 2s can go into here to be made into fish 3. And then I need to work out what to do with them, because I need to get them into here. Can I have a diagonal inserter, please? Here's fun. Let's do that. And that's still going to take off the wrong side of the belt for this, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I'm going to need to clear up this stone. Welcome to Lawrence's fishy spaghetti nightmare. What are you? You're a fish 5. That means you go in over here. Do I still have any red undergrounds left? I do not. Give me another red underground. Give me another red underground. This is, even by my standards, that's some serious spaghetti. Make another 2, because why not? Right, and... no, still making it. Yeah, that is... I will very happily admit that is some crazy, ridiculous spaghetti going on there. But it does work, and I'm sort of proud of it in a rather horrified way. Especially this bit here. Oh, this bit, yeah, putting the fish back onto this side of the belt, that's reasonably normal, I think. Reasonably. But then taking the fish 3s out and putting them onto the other side of the stone belt, I feel like that was actually quite almost clever. I feel like almost clever is the correct description of the level of clever there, rather than actually clever. But yeah, I think this is now kind of balanced for even if more seahorses come through. And that's a weird thing to say about a factory. Right, good. Now I've done all of that. Now what? Yeah, the wriggly assemblers. It's because they're full of fish. Of course they're going to wriggle. Oh, look, we've ripped through nearly all of the fish fives. Fish fives? Yeah, fish fives that are coming down from here. And we'd happily now merrily turn them all into sixes. So let's take that. You can have those. Right, and we've now got up to a nice healthy 445 fish 6. Good. Am I prevaricating while I think about other things to do? Apparently so. Why are we not doing science? Have we not got any of the blue sciences not getting through? Oh, the blues. There's something missing here. By which I mean there's a science pack missing here. What's going on? Why are you sad? You don't have any green Slurpee juices. You're supposed to be getting green Slurpee juices along here. Why are you not getting any green Slurpee juices? What's going on here? We don't have any light green Slurpee juices because we don't have any green... What are these? Oh, no, that's fine. They're not... Oh. Oh, bother. Yes, okay, I remember. Yes, I had to remove that in order to get this belt through, and I didn't put it back because I'm a monster. No, this is entirely self-troll, or also known as a fail. So that's on me, not on. I'm not blaming the game for that at all. That was entirely my fault. I removed some belt in order to get a belt through, and then forgot to put it back. So if we come over here, bots can put those in. Boom. And that means the light green Slurpee juices can go to be made into the regular green Slurpee juices. Slurp, 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 slurp. Yeah, that's true. There's plenty of science packs backed up, so that's going quite well. I don't think blue is being made fast enough, but I did say that when I was first setting it up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to increase the rate that's made at. Also, pulling all of that through has just removed all of my buffer of the light greens. We shall see whether the production rate is going to be sufficient to keep up with that. I think it might be, actually. Or at least pretty close. So it's back behind this underground belt, at least when a clump has just arrived. Then we've got the regular greens coming down here. Let's switch back over to map mode because it's much easier. Map mode. Right, and they're now coming along here very, very slowly to be darkened again. So you press light to go to regular to go to dark. Fine. Come along, little green Slurpee juices. I don't know why I'm watching it. I know the system works, but I'm paranoid, I guess. Oh, we're using up all of our solid steam. That's something else I'm going to have to boost, apparently. Okay, well, we'll look at that soon. See, da-la-la up here. Boom, they go in there. Get darkened. And boom, they come back out again. Right, okay, I'm pretty convinced that's working now. So, solid steam, insufficiencies of that. So, how do you make solid? You make solid steam by taking steam and solidifying it. Okay, so we know that. I guess the answer to this is going to be to pull the excess off the belt over here. Although first, you know what, let's have a look at power consumption. Power consumption is looking a bit iffy. Right, I guess that's going to be my next thing to sort out. Watch me while I run from crisis to crisis. Am I making these? Am I making solid steam engines anywhere? I feel like I must be because they're quite complicated to put together. Yes, here we go. Solid steam. So give me, sure, 9. Why not? Let's go and put in some extra ones of these, and then also probably expand out the amount of steam production and steam solidification that I've got going on. Okay, Exfret, well, thanks for dropping by, and I guess thanks for making this ridiculous mod as well. I appreciate it. Ooh, and a raid as well, even better. Hello, Bonebreaker. Welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. And hello, Dragster. Thank you. Good to have you here. Welcome to Laurence Plays Something Horrendous. This is Factorio Fun Mode, which is basically just the game trolling me in as many ways as the evil Exfret can think of. So, little things like over here, these pipes are actually underground, despite not looking like it. And my power system at the moment, well, we're boiling water over here to make steam. It's sort of in the relatively normal way. You know, you put coal and water in, you get steam out. But whenever you burn coal in this mod, you also get fish. So they're being put out onto a belt down here to be upgraded. Then you take that steam and you put it into an unboiler, which turns steam into solid steam, and also because you're burning coal in order to do so, that creates even more fish as well. So those are being passed out onto the belt here to again go off to be upgraded. Yes, I put swimming in my research queue as well. How is my swimming going? Yeah, swimming is in the research queue. It's stuck currently. Actually, let's swap those over because I've got plenty of blue and no dark green at the moment due to fails. So swap those over. Okay, so I'm glad you're familiar with this one. So you need to go something like finding a drain plug in a lake or something. Well, it'd be nice if I could get all of my machinery to work on water as well, but like belts and things to work on water, because I've got those water-only assemblers. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so we're making the solid steam down here, which of course means we're producing more fish as well. And so but I don't have enough. Well, I only just have enough power at the moment, so I've come over here in order to expand. I do have certainly potential to put in additional solid steam engines along here. And I could maybe put in another set of unboilers, a boiler and unboilers. These seem to be a 1-to-3 ratio, 1 to 3. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this fish belt. I'm going to pull out most of this fish belt, and I'm going to put in another 2 of these, and we're going to see if we can run these off a single belt of fishy goodness. That's going to have to go under those due to... Oh, no, it's not. It's going to have to go through there. I do have a research that's going to allow me to permanate all of these permanent things that we're stuck with over here. But I've been sort of saving that for a special occasion, which this might be, to be honest, because this area around here is getting silly. Anyway, let's get some more unboiling on the go. That needs power, and that needs power. So that's going to be a bit more power available. Now, my concern here is what do these produce? These make a quarter per second. These take in, I don't know. Some of the numbers are missing, so it's a bit hard to tell how long everything takes, or how to ratio these things. So over here I'm making 0.75 solid steam per minute, per second, and then down here I'm using 3.6 megawatts of solid steam. So maybe I can work it out actually. Solid steam is 10 megawatts, and we're making 3/4 per second. So we're making 0.75 megawatts per second. So that's 2 of these. Is that right? I think that's right. 0.75 per second there is correct. And 10 megajoules per steam. So, and we're making 0.75. Sorry, no, we're making 7.5 megajoules per second, which is two of these. So, yeah, these ratios are horribly out. But then it seems to be working, even though we are currently using, well, we were using most of the power. Why don't I just do that and get rid of that? Oh, that's why. I'll do that. Stupid thing. Right, so this is probably too much steam usage. Solid steam usage for the amount I'm generating. So I need to start generating more of it, which means working my way further up the coast and putting in more copies of this system, which seems to be 2 pumps per boiler, 3 unboilers per boiler, maybe 4 unboilers per boiler. I don't know. We'll try and work the ratios out as we do it. Okay, Dragon. Well, thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you another time. And hello everyone else who came with the raid. Sorry, I was a little bit. I was drowning ever so slightly in my in my trying to work out what on earth was going on around here. So let's build a little bit. You know what? Actually, let's do the clear everything up research. Let's do an instability research. Then I can tidy this area up a little bit and then build some new things over here. So I'm going to want to put in 2 of these for 1 boiler. Do I have a boiler? No. Can I make a boiler? No. I need some stone. I had some stone earlier. I turned it into upgraded fish. Because of course I did. Here is some stone. Right, let's make boilers. Let's make boilers. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't have enough solid steam further down. So I'm going to make 2 boilers, which means I then need a huge quantity of boilers. Let's get a lot more stone. Because I'm going to want to make unboilers. I'm not sure why I'm pocket crafting this, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. I think I need to upgrade my copper production as well. That seems to be struggling. And it'll struggle even more if I come along here and just steal all of it off the belt. Or maybe it's just not... No, the copper production is struggling. We're having that taken away as fast as possible. So I need to upgrade that foundry, furnace stack as well. Right, so I want 4 unboilers. 2, 3... Counting is hard. And then I want 2 boilers to go with them. No. I want more unboilers than that. Maybe that many? That is 3, which is what I've got here. And I seem to be convinced at the time that that was correct. I'm no longer quite so convinced. Right. And then over here... Right, so over here, I put in my boiler. Yeah, like that, because I want the water to come into there. And then I want this... Okay, we've done the thing, so I can remove that. Yay! I can now remove nonsense from this whole area and tidy things up a little bit and get rid of those random fish. Oops. And some random bits of coal belt that have been around here for approximately forever. And a random steam engine that's not doing anything. And... Goodness knows, there's probably a lot of other stuff, like that piece of belt there and that one. Right. Because, yes, for anyone who isn't familiar with fun mode, every so often, and I'm not quite sure what triggers it, every so often it decides that 10% of your stuff is going to become immovable, which is lovely. Right, so that's linked to there. I need to link... I don't have any pipes. I can only make 1 pipe. How can I possibly only have enough iron to make 1 pipe? That's ridiculous. Give me more iron. Right, let's make some pipes. So I need to link that and that, which links into there. That's great. Then I need a belt of coal coming in here like this. From, I don't care where. Here will do. Wait, don't do that, Laurence. Do this and put in a splitter. Be a normal Factorio player. Like that. There we go. And then that can go that way. Because I'm probably going to expand this further. Just because. And then I need some pipes along here. Uh-oh. Oh, I knew this was going to be... Oh, there! Oh, bloody hell. Right, okay. Drop everything. I need to go and kill some biters. And it's 11 o'clock, so I think it means it's time to go out and do some proper biter killing. It is indeed a captive... Yes, I am thoroughly captive by... I've been made thoroughly captive by the game. So I think that's a fair way to put it. I also need more fish processing up at the other end because there's going to be so many fish coming out there that the system I've got at the moment isn't going to be able to upgrade the fish quickly enough. And I'm going to get swamped with normal fish. Where's going on? There it is. Bang! Bang! And the biter is gone. That was fairly mild as attacks go, so fine. However, it does point out rather obviously that this area down here is no longer friendly. So I think I'm going to have to nip down there and have words with them and ask them if they'd mind if they could perhaps not. I should have brought more fish with me. Oh well, I've got 45, that's probably enough. It's only a small nest. It is a nest that consists mostly of worms. So I'm going to come in from the other side. Dumpty dumpty dum. That feels like a weird nest generation, to be honest. I expect my nests to be contain more. Basically, I expect my nests to contain more spawners by proportion, because that's the point of a nest. Ow, 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 ow. I didn't change armour again. I forgot to put my combat trousers on. There we go. Reasonable levels of success. Let's put my combat trousers on before I take out the next one. Heavy armour. I think I've got modular armour as well now, actually. I should make some of that. Fish at the ready. In normal Factorio, you go in with grenades in your offhand, probably. I go in with fish. Which I think makes a kind of sense. Are there enough of these? I think there's enough of these that it's worth putting down some fun turrets. Let's put a... Uh-oh. Ah. I was not ready for this. Oh, we're getting spitters as well now. Oh, I don't bots because I didn't change my trousers. Right, there we go. Get the fish out. Attract the biters. Oh god, yes, we've got spitters. Even though I know they're only actually mediums now, because of fun mode, seeing a massive green biter running towards me when I've only got red ammunition is still kind of terrifying. I wonder if the large biters are going to be back to the normal blue ones, but are going to be even bigger than the behemoth. Well, sorry, the mediums, the green medium ones. That would be entertaining. Pick it up. Oh, okay, I see. I was just trying to eat fish. The black patches of menace are they are apparently people who completed the game. Completed the mod, and they just sort of drift around menacingly. And if you wander into them, then you can't move. If you drive a car into them, it takes damage, as if you've driven into a rock or something, and they just pin you there. Most of the time, that's only mildly annoying. But the first time I got pinned by one of them was when I was trying to run to an area of my base being attacked. So it was incredibly annoying and unfortunate. But yeah, that's what they do. They just slow you down. But they tend to do it at the most inopportune moments. I think I can get my turret wall a little bit closer than that. Like that. Ow. Stop spitting at me, it's disgusting. Right, there we go. Oh, fish out. Yeah, combat's reasonably easy when you have sufficient artillery support. One of the things I quite like or find very interesting about the combat with 2.0 is that suddenly the I'm sure I think it's a 2.0 1.1 difference, but in earlier Factorio the worms were massively tougher than the spawners. Whereas now, when you've got any sort of level of evolution upgrade at all, it's the spawners are really, really tough, and the worms are really, really easy to destroy, which feels very, very different and very, very strange, and I'm still not entirely used to it. But yeah, back in the olden days, once you got up to having personal laser defenses, you could basically just run straight through the middle of a biter nest, and you'd wipe out all of the spawners, but the worms would remain almost unharmed. Now it's pretty much the other way around, because by the time you've got laser defenses and the level of armour that is required to run straight through the middle of a biter nest, there's probably been quite a lot of evolution, and the biters are probably quite dangerous. Phew. Nope. Dump. Dump. Is it worth going after any more? Probably not really. Let's have a look at the map. So we are eventually going to spread out to the ones down here. At some point, I need to go and actually put in some walls around this place, but that's not particularly exciting, and so I've been not bothering. And also, up until fairly recently, the pollution has been very, very manageable. I don't know whether it's just that I'm not producing all that much, or whether whether fun mode is a little bit more generous in how much you tend to get bited. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Bonebreaker. Well, thank you for dropping in, and see you later. I imagine, I'm guessing to an extent that that there is a fixed number of the black patches, and it picks a name at random, a bit like when you put down a radar or a station or anything like that. But I have to admit, I'm not sure. It could be that it gets harder and harder the more people complete it, but they don't feel particularly dense. So it just occurred to me I was running past some cliffs with the what's name window up, and that could have gone very, very badly for me. Right, putting a radar here because it occurs to me I've expanded out a fair bit, and I don't have radar coverage in some of my extremities. And given the way this game likes to suddenly hide bits of your factory from you, I think I'd like to have full coverage available. Yeah, that makes sense, buddies. Yeah, if I go around putting out walls now, then when I do decide what to do with the cliffs, it's going to throw weird things into the what's the name? I should try swimming, but I don't want to try swimming in case I accidentally get a quick trip back to the starting point. Although I am headed that way, so let's try the swimming out. If I end up falling into the water and dying, then well, so be it. But I'm intrigued to see if I can actually swim, because the research says I can. Let's check it out. Power to swim, so I should be able to. Let's try it. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, there we go. I mean, it looks like it still looks like running, of course. I'm just doing a very, very slow doggy paddle, I suppose. But it works. I can now swim. Lovely. I just need to take the slow way back to the main factory now. So, let's see. If I head back over there, maybe I can get a little bit more solid steam being produced. So, actually, over here, it's not too bad. Looking at the belts, it's half the belt. The belt is still half full this far along, so it's not too woefully inadequate. But it does only come to here. Yeah, we could probably do with a bit more. And there's none coming down the belt. Does that mean is that because it's all getting turned into power? Could be. Power demand has risen, so if we're now turning all of the solid steam into power... Oh, yes, I think we are. Because there's some unsteamy engines over here. Yes, it's all getting turned. Yeah, it's all getting turned into power. Do we still have enough power? No, we are now unsatisfied. It's because all of the solid steam that was on this belt has now gone into these things. So yeah, my suspicion was true. We are only producing enough for just over 2. So if I take it, I'll take this down to 2 on each one, because then I can pull out any surplus solid steam and send it on to be used for other things further down the bus. Also, we've got too many fish, and that's causing problems. Right, okay. So, having these 2 fisherizers is probably insufficient. So I think the answer here is going to be to put in 2 more here and 2 more here. And yeah, if I can do that, yes, lovely. We can then run those extra fish into here, like this. So we're doing the fish upgrading there and there and there and there. And that means we need to take in fish like that and like that. And then we need to output fish like that and like that. And then, of course, everything needs to be powered like this and this. Now we have plenty of solid steam flowing around up here, so that should help quite a bit. We are now probably producing, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machines upgrading fish, and then we've only got 1 over here upgrading 2s to 3s. Up until now, this has been able to keep up without too much difficulty, but there we go. This is now going to be the problem as well. So this system is now inadequate. How can I upgrade it? I am not sure. So my first thought is pull out that, pull out all of this stuff, right, and then put in 2 machines like that, doing the fish upgrading. Fish 2. No, fish 3. Like so. And then this whole area needs to be demolishicated like that. So this belt can then run through here like this and feed both of these. This is still probably not quite going to be enough, so I'll put that there like that. Then kind of need to take this from... Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to split fish out here. Split the normal fish out at this point. Send them to that side. Then we can send the steam through there and round... Oh, no, actually, no, round there. To be recombobulated. Then this is all fish, which we can pass through here. No, wait, the whole point of this was to get steam being passed down. This is all wrong. Let's start it again. Swap you over and then feed your fish straight down there. Then your steam can be split. Some of it can be brought down to here. Like that. What even is this? Oh, this is the output of fish. I haven't worked that one out yet. It's probably going to come down here. What are you? You're an input of fish from somewhere. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, if we get rid of that, then we don't want to feed fish in this way if we can avoid it, because they're coming around this way now. And then this needs to go. Oh, the spaghetti is absolute madness. And then that can go under there. Utter spaghetti madness. But now I can put that in there and it'll run. Fish will go through here to be processed. We've run out of power, lost power down here now because of it. Put that over there, and for some reason that isn't linking, probably because there's too many cables on the pylon already. They would do that. Now this can run, but it can't output. So we move this pylon up to there and to down there, and then we put in long inserters here and here. Underground belt goes here and here, and then belt goes across there. And I think that's now doubled my fish 2 capacity. Fish 3 production capacity. It's still not going to be able to keep up with the system over here because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I actually need a 3rd machine over here doing this, and then maybe a 4th one to keep my sanity, to keep things safe. But there's only so much we can fish around this area. I think this is going to have to do for now. Hopefully once we get to a sort of steady state, if I take away some of these fish, because I do need more fish at this point, because I've used them all up for healing purposes, that'll allow this to run a little bit now. We've got these guys are running again, so we've got enough power again, so that's all fine. It's just there is expansion going on, and that's going to be problematic too. So now, yeah, these 4 machines can produce enough power to keep the lights on. That's all okay. Overflow solid steam is coming out there. I also want to take out overflow solid steam from here. And take that away to go down the belt, this belt, because we need more of it. So if I to bring this one like this, then that's yeah, that's the unneeded solid steam that has. I'm putting it onto the other side of the belt up here. Yes, up here. So can I do a belt? No, I can't do a belt priority thing. But having half it going through going to be enough? Ideally, actually, what I want to have is this running in the opposite direction, so the steam engines get the first priority, and then anything left over is second fiddle. So pass that to there, and then along here like this. Get rid of this bit for being weird. There we go. So that comes through here. Then we get rid of the fish. Like that. Maybe we do that the other way around. This is getting tangled and weird and complicated and nasty. There we go. Get rid of the fish like that instead of from here. And then we split out the steam. Some of it goes this way. Some of it goes this way. Then I swap my armor back to the one that has a roboport in it, because having bots not doing stuff around me is annoying. And then I do that to pipe the steam back in there, and then I fix that one like that, and there we go. Now we've got the steam running through here like this. It is only on one side of the belt at this point, and I was doing it on both sides before for reasons. I'm not sure what those reasons were, but I was. So I think that's now better, and we're delivering some solid steam off this way, but we're prioritising sending it to power first as necessary. Exactly the same is happening in theory. The same is happening over here, but there are too many fish, so it's ground to a halt. We are straight up not dealing with upgrading the fish fast enough over here. Okay. How can I do more? Where can I do more? Do I go, forget this, let's put this somewhere? I think I go, let's forget this, let's put it somewhere else. So I'm going to put this system here twice. And twice should be able to keep up with everything that's coming out from up there. Then this is going to require me to bring some copper over here, which conveniently I can do from here. Let's just have another copper feed. Why not? It goes down the back of here. Like that. Give me a big pylon. Yeah. Nice. So that all works now. And then over here, we've got fish in, fish out. So now we pull up all of these. Ugh. Should start at the wrong end, as is traditional. Then we bring this belt with whatever level of spaghetti is required. Through here, and then we go, wait, shit. And then we move all of this down one, because I didn't plan properly. I'll move it down two in case I still haven't planned properly. Bots are slow, but we'll get it done eventually. Problem is the belt. Oh, I didn't need to actually pick the belts up. I shouldn't have moved. Shouldn't have cut and pasted those. Should have just stop it. Behave yourself. All right. Place all the rest of this in, and then the fish can come across like that. then the fish out can go. Where is fish out? It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, this one. Fish out can go like this, and then up here to here. I don't even know what this is. I have to do. Wait, that was a thing. Oh, that's another solid steam pass through. Fine. Then down here we need to put in power, which can go here, here, and here, I guess. And then we don't need it there or there. Right, fish upgrading is happening. It'd help if I had the right number of inserters in there. Right, there. So that should be running faster than this system is now. Except we've just run out of power completely. Why have we run out of why have we got a brownout? What's going on? What has failed? Oh, there's too many fish there's too many fish everywhere, and so everything is broken. Right, can I run down this belt and grab some more solid steam, or has it all just disappeared off into the distance? Probably the latter. So, what's happened is the whole system has clogged up on fish, which means the solid steam isn't getting through, which means we don't have any power. Fortunately, if we've got no power, we aren't using the solid steam up, so I can grab a load of it off here. Like this. And then take it back and put it into the unboilers. That's true. I could go down and reorganize the smelters. That's a very good point. I probably should. Will I? Probably. We'll see. I've got many stacks of this now, so I can put half. There. That should bring. Yeah, that's brought the lights back on. Phew. So yeah, the problem is even with all of this running, we still don't have. I might put in even more actually. And what do you mean copy paste the spaghetti? I'd say this is a perfectly cromulent design. It was. Link to there. For goodness sake, there we go. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this build. This is a nice, neat fish upgrading build. And I'm going to make it bigger. I don't think this making it bigger is actually remotely necessary. However, it'll pull stuff off the belts a bit more quickly, and I think that's valuable because there are far too many fish up here, and I do want to try and deal with as many of them as possible as quickly as possible. At least these ones have chests, which are half. That one's half full. This one's half full. I probably should have chests on these outputs as well, really, just as buffers. In fact, let's do that. Chest. Inserter. This does reduce the throughput rate, but I don't think that's a problem. I think the problem is more in the. I think the inserters are going to be fast enough to be faster than the processing down here. You see, that's now already cleared that out. And if I do the same over here as well, if I remove that and put in a box there and then an inserter here. Conveniently, inserters take from the near side of splitters, so it's going to pull from the output. Sorry, yeah, they always interact with the output side of a splitter, so it's going to pull from both sides of the belt here. Oh, there already is a box up here. It's just it's not full. Okay, well we've just moved it down a level to down here. Fine, whatever. That's not doing anything anymore. It probably was. It was probably permanent. I don't know what you're doing. We'll get rid of you. Oh, I see. You were feeding a steam generator boiler thingy there. Fine. I don't need an additional box in here because these two have already got their boxes, so they should be all right. Now we can see. Yeah, so we are. Now, of course, it's this one that's the limiting factor of the fish processing. Maybe, maybe I should just be dumping all of this onto a belt and having it all accumulate at the other end where I'm doing more fish processing. I'm not sure. I do know that this needs to be faster. Because down here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these worth. Okay, let's do this properly. So we're going to have 4 fish upgraders down here that are doing that recipe. Copy that. It's slightly messy, but it works. Put it there. Yes, there. Then we need inserters along the near side, like that. Power them there and there. And then remove all of this. And we have, actually, you know, I'm not going to send that belt all the way around because that's silly. We're going to have this belt go under there, in there. Then this belt can come out like that. Then we can upgrade these fish as well. And these systems are balanced now, so this should be absolutely fine. I don't know if there's 2 machines at the other end of this, but in fact I don't think there are 2 machines at the other end of this, but hopefully there's enough buffer on the, oh, no, here we go, here's the next one. What are you using? You're using copper plates. Okay, you know what? Let's not mess around with things. Let's put in another 4 of these here. I don't know why I don't actually need to do 4, but it gives me some expansion potential and whatever. So this is going to be loading in from here, like that, and then loading in here as well, and outputting here as well. And this is going to be doing that recipe. And feeding out to here. Fear my evil spaghetti. And then up here we put in a additional splitter here, copper up, round, down, and then let's try and do a proper bus thing here, shall we? A little bit anyway. Stop getting carried away. That, and that, and that, and that. And then nearly there. We still need power down here though, so we'll need to put that there and there. And then we just cut off this belt here. And then we can start removing this. Right, so that's now, I've now got a fish upgrading area down here. This is now keeping up with the fish that's coming through from up here. And those are keeping up pleasingly with the fish that's coming out of the power generation. And we are maybe slowly working through the fish that are coming out of metal plate generation. I am honestly not sure, but it's a step in the right direction. So, and yeah, and there's capacity for a lot more fish processing. If I put more machines in here doing this stage, doing this bit, then we can rip through this a bit quicker, and the systems down here are going to be able to cope, because we've got 8 here, then we've got 4 here and another 4 here. So I could put 16 in here and 8 in here, and it would still be fine, at least up at this end. The other end might start to struggle, but that's somebody else's problem. By which I mean Eastern Laurence. So I can get rid of all of this. And this, and this, and this. I have put something underneath the bus, which is generally a bad idea, but in this case I think I can probably forgive myself. And I'm very generous forgiving myself for things like this. Okay, I hope never to have to look at this again because it's weird and it's just weird. Okay, so the plan up here, before I was so rudely interrupted by... I can't even remember what crisis it was that interrupted me, but I definitely was interrupted. There's pipes along there for that to work, and then inserters through here for this to work. If I put that there, will a single pylon cover them all? Yes, that's a pleasant surprise. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're doing solid steam production. So we're going to need to output these, which means long inserters or... No, it means completely redesign this system. And put in the unboilers. I said, and put in the unboilers, of which there will be 3, a little bit further down like this. And then a little bit further down than, even further down than this. Like here. And then I can run this belt up, and instead of going through there, this can go through the middle of here, and I'll power that. Did I put them the right way around? Yes. That and that. This is going to take a couple of pylons, but that's fine. Pylon, pylon. And then we have a belt that comes down to here. You guys are all doing solid steam. Move you across one. I can't. I don't have picadoilies installed. Why would I? Then we put in pipes here, here, and here. That gets solid steam in there, and then we do that, that, and that to get it back out again. And there we... Oh no, there's fish. However, conveniently, fish here is not too much of a problem. Put that in. Fish go that way. And boom. And we now have an additional supply of solid steam that's going to be passed down all the way down here. And this is not going to be affected by power production. So quite happy with that. I do, however, want to do more. So I'd like to have another one of these here with an additional 2 of these feeding it, which I think I can do with a pipe there and there, 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 and that goes there to give it fuel, and that's feeding into the same pipe network there, but that just means that I can take a copy of this and put it there and rotate that belt and add in that belt because for some reason it was missing. There we go. So now we're feeding in more coal. We're going to get it out. Obviously, oh, we need to take the fish out of these as well. Well, actually, that's not too bad. Let's get fishy with it. So we're going to want to remove the fish from there and there, and then put it on a belt. And there is already a fish belt just down here. So brings down round like this onto here, and yes, power them. And there we go. The fish are going to pour out quite quickly for a moment, but that's fine. Oh no, don't take the coal out as well. What are you doing? How about you don't do that? That's dumb. Why would you even take the coal back out again? And I guess it's so you can... I could put an inserter in the middle of here and pass it straight through, but I don't want to. I just want it to behave itself. Why have I got so many fish? I accept that's a pretty silly question given the way things are going at the moment. But you can have some fish. And actually, let's put them in this box. Raw fish go in there. And actually, no, I'll take 200 for combat reasons. This is a fish 3. 1, 2, 3. So these go into here. Have some... Oh, no, apparently they go in there. Numbers are hard. Right. Trolled again by fuel leech. Yeah, unexpected fuel leech. I was thinking, yeah, there's no other products from there. I don't need filters on those inserters. No, there's no product, but oh, this could be a straight belt. Let's make it a straight belt. Let's randomly pick up bits of belt, apparently. Also, let's get rid of some of this steam. Steam? This is coal. Let's get rid of some coal. I don't need this much coal in my pockets. Okay, is this working? No. No, because I haven't put these in. Yes, this does seem to be working. We do seem to have a steady stream. There's not as much solid steam coming out of these as I was expecting. I thought these were quicker, but they are running flat out, so I think that's okay. The steam in the pipe has gone up to 100%, which makes me wonder if actually I could have more than 6 running on one of these. I don't know where I got the number from. So the boiler has 1.8 megawatts and steam has a value of 10 megajoules. Oh, I don't know. It's got too late in the evening for me to do the maths on this. But I think this is a point at which I would... Ooh, the pollution's all disappeared from around the stone mine because we've stopped using stone. Nice. Right, I think this is going to be the point to call the end of the stream because my brain is turning to cheese, and it is quarter to tomorrow. So, right, it has been a stream. Stuff has been done. I've put in a coal mine, which is keeping the lights on very nicely. Let's wander down there and put in some additional things. Put in some additional mining drills while I talk about what we've been up to and what's coming up in the future. So, yes, I will be back on Monday for another stream at 7:30 PM UK time with the gang playing Factorio Planetary Pioneers. That's, for those of you who came in on the raid, that's the mod pack with about 30 extra planets, a bajillion extra science packs, and lots of complications. We're currently on the desert island planet of Pelagos, where we are playing with coconuts mostly. Oh, and fermented fish, which is lovely and makes Sophia, our resident Swede, feel very at home, because apparently that's a delicacy over there. I will also be releasing videos on Thursday and Friday, so if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because that's where they appear. At the moment, they are mostly talking about the Planetary Pioneers series, so those come out every Thursday and Friday. And I'll be back next Wednesday to continue with this, hopefully getting in maybe another couple of science packs done. We'll see how that goes, though, but I imagine it's probably going to only get more complicated from here, and we're going to have more fish and more utter who knows what to deal with. We do seem to, notably, we do seem to still be able to deal with the rate these fish are coming through at down here, which is, I don't know whether I should be surprised by that or relieved or just pleased, but it all seems to be ticking over quite nicely. Blue science is now starting to back up, so that's gone really, really well. Granted, it's helped by the fact that I'm not doing any research at the moment, so let's just get some basic researches going because... Ooh, no, I've done that one. None of those are blue science, that one is, but whatever. Maybe I should think about ones that I actually want, but we can worry about that next week. So yeah, the blue science is coming together very, very nicely. We've made a backlog of that. Grey science, similar. We've made a nice backlog of that because I've been forgetting about science and panicking about other things. Over here, the light blue science is still coming through to be made into the normal green science, but we have backed up on the normal green science going around to here to make the dark green science. So that is catching up quite nicely. Things are looking pretty promising over here. Science seems to be sciencing very, very nicely. So yeah, we've got the troll count up to 51 now. I don't know how many I've missed out in the counting. There's probably been quite a few of them, but there's stuff in there. Yeah, I did notice that we have grape flavored fish. That's not a fermented fish. Although if the grape flavored is a euphemism for having been soaked in wine, then maybe it's sort of fermented. I don't know, but yes, the fermented fish does sound a lot like fun mode. I will have to admit that. Thank you for the follow, Grey Wiz. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's been good fun, and I will, as ever, be back next week to do more of it. If you are watching on Twitch, please stick around. We'll go off and find someone to raid. I feel, especially as someone's raided me, it'd be nice to go off and do so. Yes, my brain is maybe my brain is turning into fish instead of cheese. With everything that's been going on around here, it would seem somehow appropriate for my brain to have turned into some sort of fish soup, perhaps, or fish spaghetti based something or other. Fish from the smelter stacks is backed up, but it gets unloaded into chests, so it's not actually a problem yet. Where is it? Oh, we are actually we're demolishing fish down here, so that's a bad example. Up here, yes, the fish are being put out into a box, and the box currently contains only 190 fish. So that's gone down a lot. The one over here is maybe doing slightly, get off the belt, is doing slightly worse. Yeah, it's got 12 stacks in it. So that was on 17 stacks before though. So the system up here is working its way through the fish. It's just there are a lot of fish to work through. So it'll catch up eventually, but for the time being, it's gonna be a little while until it gets there. But it's certainly doing quite well. Yes, good night everyone, good night Regular, good night Quagor, good night and everybody else. So let's hit the okay on that, let's go over to an end screen and then we'll go and find somebody to raid as is traditional. So, raid, who's playing Factorio and are they doing it in an exciting way? An exciting and relevant way. That one's not in English. Yeah, let's drop in on this one. They've not been going for very long, but yeah, they've been up for 5 minutes, so it seems like a good point to drop in on them. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, I will be back with another stream on Monday. There will be videos Thursdays and Fridays. Keep an eye out for those. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.